Presented.
Tonight, the Renda Digital TV and WCCS crewed the roads lead us to Patton and Cambria Heights High School as the Homer Center Wildcats, fresh off of back-to-back victories, will go against the undefeated Cambria Heights Highlanders. Good evening, everybody, from Cambria Heights High School Sports Complex with Ward Hilliard. I'm Mark Burdig, and it's going to be a sea of pink tonight because it's a pink out at Cambria Heights as Breast Cancer Awareness Month, of course, in the month of October. And you can see outside the press box here, a lot of the cheerleaders and staff fans down below us dressed in pink here this evening, Ward, and we'll talk about IRMC's initiative this month, too, as many schools are participating in pink outs at various stadiums. But we welcome you to our ITT pregame show. Tonight, the Wildcats, as I mentioned, 2 wins in a row. They have to be feeling a lot better about themselves, but they know they have a big challenge in front of them against the undefeated Highlanders.
Huge challenge, Mark. I think Cambria Heights solid from top to bottom, both sides of the ball. Definite contender for a district championship. But you got to play the game, and it'll be an opportunity for Homer. A lot of guys are going to have to step up. Braden Dunn's not going to play. That's probably their best player. They're going to have to get pretty innovative, and it's not going to be easy against a team that is deep and talented as Cambria Heights.
Cambria Heights has been building for this year, maybe a little bit ahead of schedule last year with such a young ball club. They finished 10-4, won the District 6 championship game in a rainstorm pretty much at Mansion Park over Purchase Line, and then advanced before losing in the state quarterfinals to South Williamsport High School. They have been amazing, Ward, defensively. Last week, 43-6 victory over Cambria Heights. They held, or not Cambria Heights, Conemaugh Township. They held the Indians to 55 yards of total offense. 49 of those 55 came on one play in the first quarter. They have allowed 5.6 points per game, 96 yards of total offense to their opponents this season, and they have 3 shutouts to their credit.
It just emphasizes what I said coming in. They're a great team, both sides of the ball. They score points, and they prevent points, and that's a sign of a very, very good team.
Cambria Heights, the only team that Coach Greg Page has not beaten in the Heritage Conference.
This isn't a good time to have that brought up, but yeah, he'll keep whacking at him. This just isn't the year Homer has the depth they need, especially with the injuries they're dealing with. So it's going to be a tall order. But the important thing for me is it's to see them be competitive and play their best. If you can do that and come away without any more injuries, then it's a kind of a win for the Wildcats.
Homer Center will be without arguably their best player, Braden Dunn, who had his knee rolled up on at practice a couple of days ago, hoping to get him back before his senior season comes to a close. So it just adds to the miseries Homer Center has had in the injury department. They will get left guard Josh Voluchik back today from a concussion. Well, there's some big games around the Heritage Conference, and we're going to step out. Our Jake Slobotnik will take us all on a trip around the Heritage Conference, brought to you by our friends at Repine Travel. If you have any travel plans, and I know you had some interrupted with the storm down in Florida, but you made it back for the game, and we're thankful for that. Repine Travel can help you, too, with your travel plans, and they bring you a trip around the Heritage Conference. Here's Jake.
There's only 3 weeks left of the IRMC high school football season, and things are really starting to shape up in the District 6 rankings. Hi everyone, I'm Jake Slobodnik, bringing you this week's trip around the Heritage Conference presented by Repine Travel LLC, where your next adventure is just a click away. Leading off this week's schedule features 2 teams battling for higher positioning in the District 6 AA rankings when River Valley puts their 6-game win streak on the line against 5-2 Marion Center in Blairsville. The Panthers currently hold the 4th spot in the rankings, while the Stingers are just 2 spots behind them. Join Chuck Clark and me for all the action on Cat Country 106.3 and online at catcountry1063fm.com. The Penns Manor Comets have endured plenty of success this season. They could get a big boost in the Single A rankings when they take on the United Valley Lions, who are AA, at Lloyd McMullen Field in Nannyglow for our U92 Heritage Conference Game of the Week. Follow along with Todd Marino and Tony Cacagna on the new U92.5 FM and online at u92radio.com. Cambria Heights Highlanders, they're 7-0 coming into this week, and they sit atop the AA rankings. But Homer Center has picked up wins in their last 2 games to create some late-season momentum. Who keeps their winning streak intact? Find out with Mark Birding and Ward Hilliard on WCCS, WCCSradio.com, and Renda Digital TV, presented by the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Other games this week around the Heritage Conference feature Purchase Line and Portage squaring off as the Red Dragons celebrate homecoming in Commodore. Conemaugh Valley and West Shamokin battling in Rural Valley as both teams search for their first win. And Conemaugh Township taking on Northern Cambria at Duffy Doherty Stadium. Tonight should be a very interesting one in terms of playoff rankings, so if you miss any of the action across the Heritage Conference, be sure to recap it all tomorrow morning with Todd Marino and Ward Hilliard on the Luther Ford Coaches Corner, airing it from 8 to 10 on WDAD and WDADradio.com. That's all for this week's trip around the Heritage Conference, presented by Repine Travel LLC, where your next adventure is just a click away. Visit repinetravel.com. I'm Jake Slobodnik, and I'll see you next week when we take another trip around the Heritage Conference.
Ready for your next adventure? With Repine Travel, unforgettable memories are just around the corner. November 10th to 16th, immerse yourself in the excitement of Branson, Missouri. Or get swept up in the holiday magic of New York City, December 8th to 10th. And mark your calendars for October 2025. Set sail on a no-fly Islands in the Bahamas cruise aboard the luxurious Symphony of the Seas. Relax and explore the islands like never before. A big thank you to everyone who voted Repine Travel the best travel agency in the best of Indiana County. Book now with
We welcome you back into our S&T Bank broadcast booth, People Forward Banking. You know, Ward, every week we name an IRMC Renda Media Player of the Week, and had the opportunity to come out Wednesday to check our setup here and maybe do an advanced setup of our broadcast tonight, and also present a long overdue trophy and T-shirt that we award to Garrett Jasper. Garrett was a standout against Northern Cambria. Many times, as you know, the players of the week, it's the guys that have all the offensive numbers. But I can remember that big game that they had, that big win on the road at Northern Cambria in week number 5, 21-14. I texted head coach Jared Lewis and asked him about some of the defensive standouts, and there were 2 or 3 that were really strong, but at the end it was Garrett Jasper that got the award, and we actually presented it in front of the entire team. If you're watching the game on Renda Digital TV, you'll see it. And here on radio, here's the audio as we presented Garrett Jasper as our Week 5 IRMC Player of the Week. An IRMC, Indiana Regional Medical Center, Renda Media Player of the Week. And this one actually goes back to the Week 5 game, your big win at Northern Cambria. And just we haven't been able to bump into each other, but here I am. And many times, quite honestly, the IRMC Renda Media Player goes to somebody with, big offensive numbers. And I think I was in the pit press box, and I texted Coach and was getting some information on a few of you guys, because in watching some video, I saw some great defense. I see, through 7 weeks, you're giving up 5.6 points per game, under 100 yards in total offense to your opponents. That's incredible. In Week 5 on September 20th, the guy we selected for our IRMC Player of the Week because of outstanding defense, and there were 2 or 3 others that stood out too, but our selection goes to Garrett Jasper. So here you go, Garrett. Nice little trophy. Coach says you wear an extra large. Is he right on that?
Might be transitioning to a double X right now, but other than that, yeah.
Well, we can always, substitute once you grow out of it. Congratulations. Keep it rolling, okay?
Thank you.
All right, guys. Give it up, Garrett. All right. Tackle. He is a big human being.
He's a big boy. I noticed that.
And then last week, when they had the celebration for the 1974 team, after practice on Thursday, many members of the 74 team were in the high school cafeteria when I presented a Wildcat senior with his Player of the Week award. And here's what that sounded. Player of the Week award in cooperation with the IRMC. And our recipient from last weekend is in this room. And as soon as I give you a couple of numbers, you probably already have figured it out. But he forced a fumble that led to a turnover that led to his own 20-yard touchdown run that pulled us within a point. And then he flipped the game in our favor, and we hung on and won the game. He had a 59-yard punt return that provided the winning points and got us into that win column, which I'm sure had to feel great for you guys. And beyond that, I've seen him around town a couple different places, and I kind of call him a warrior because I think he's really exemplified maybe what these guys, the way they carry themselves. And to this day, many players through the years, some championship players that played on those championship teams in 2017, as TD said here, I think he's a real leader. And I think, in my opinion, he willed you guys to victory, as I said to Coach Page last week. So how about a nice round of applause, our IRMC Player of the Week, Braden Dunn. Just last week at the cafeteria. We thank IRMC for making it all possible. We also work with another local retailer, Luxembourg's. They do those beautiful trophies for us. And
that's nice, yeah.
Nice to give the student athletes the publicity. So that's that. We wanted to show you what that looks like. We do it each and every week, and we have for years on our IRMC high school sports nights across our Indiana County radio network. It's time for the coaches shows coming up next. Had the chance to sit down with Jared Lewis a couple of days ago, right before we presented that trophy to Garrett Jasper. He'll be followed up by Greg Page. And a note on Coach Lewis, he's in his 14th season. He's 81-69. He's 29-5 in regular season Heritage Conference play since they joined the conference in 2021. 32-6 against Heritage opponents, counting playoff games, and they've been on some kind of roll.
Yeah, they have, and they've become probably the dominant, not probably, they are the dominant team in the conference. If you want to win the conference, you got to go through this place.
We'll follow Coach Lewis's interview up with Wildcats head coach Greg Page in his 18th season. Coach Lewis, very complimentary, called Coach Page the best coach in the Heritage Conference. 114-81 record, but 0-4 against Cambria Heights. Both coaches right around the corner as we continue on our ITT pregame show on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
So what sets S&T apart from other financial institutions is that they are visionary. Now, we understand that it is partially about the numbers, but they know it's not just about the numbers. It's about the management team, it's about the strategic and business plan, it's about how the team is going to execute on that. In short, S&T gets it. Quite honestly, we couldn't have done it without S&T.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well. From your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
R4H, this is Ben.
R4H is here when you need us. R4H provides transportation 7 days a week, including holidays. We offer local and long-distance transportation for ambulatory clients, as well as those who require a wheelchair, gurney chair, or stretcher van. We provide transportation to medical appointments as well as social and holiday events. We take pride in providing quality care and professional services to all of our clients. Exciting news! R4H is now certified to provide CPR, first aid, and AED classes to our local communities. Due to our rapid growth and increasing need for our services, R4H is looking to expand our team. If you are interested in joining our team as a driver, apply online at rider4h.com or scan the QR code located at the bottom of this ad. Full-time, part-time, and casual positions are available in many locations. R4H Medical Transportation is an equal opportunity employer.
As always, because of you, we are R4H.
Renda Digital TV is Indiana County's leading live stream service. Our team of dedicated producers and on-air personalities work hard to bring you network-level event and sports coverage to your fingertips. And if you can't make it, every live stream is archived, so you never miss a minute. And for you IUP football fans, Renda Digital TV is the exclusive home of Hawk Talk, airing every Monday during the season. Subscribe to Renda Digital TV for free today.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
Our ITT pregame show continues from Cambria Heights High School tonight. The Homer Center Wildcats and Cambria Heights Highlanders, and we're with head coach Jared Lewis of the Highlanders. And, Coach, can't ask for anything more. I know some media company put a lot of pressure on you predicting 10-0, and you're 70% of the way there.
Yeah, I think I have you guys to thank for that. So, no, you know what? I'm proud of the way we played so far. Obviously, we've taken care of business, and, each week it's been a challenge, but, with the veteran group, they've been good to rise to that challenge.
And, with the District 6 AA standings, some good ball clubs there, really not a lot of margin for error to begin with, right?
Absolutely. I mean, every team, once you get to the playoffs, every team you face is very, very good. I mean, they're there for a reason. And, right now we're more focused on, what's at hand, Homer Center right now. And we know that, that's going to be a challenge for us. So that's been our main focus at this point.
Although it has to be one of the goals, win out, and nobody can take home field advantage away from you for the first couple of rounds of the playoffs.
Absolutely. Anytime you get a chance to play at home, we obviously love playing here. Our fans have been great and supported us, so we'd like to be here as long as we can. And if that means that we do get the number 1 seed and we're here throughout the entire playoffs, that obviously I think plays into our advantage.
Last week, 43-6 over, I think, an improved Conemaugh Township team, and you held them to 55 total yards. Your defense has really been one of the big stories, allowing under 100 yards per game and 5.6 points per game to your opponents.
Well, we've been fortunate. We've stayed healthy, and with a veteran group, we returned 10 guys on that defense from last year. I thought we were pretty good last year, but we definitely played better so far. The guys are paying attention to the details, really, really focusing on the assignments. We have, doing pretty good in the tackling. Have gotten a lot of forced fumbles, but we'd like to get a few more interceptions. So that's obviously the goal. You're always looking to improve, and I think that these guys, I think this team understands that. It's a great group of senior leadership and a lot of guys that have played a lot of football for us on that defense.
Yeah, if there's one thing that maybe surprises me, because I think if memory serves, you had quite a few interceptions last year. If there's a number that surprises me when I take a deeper dive into things, it's your turnover ratios dead even. I think 13 takeaways, 13 giveaways. I'm sure you'd like to see that improve.
Yeah, we definitely would. Some of those turnovers are late in the game, and I think that has contributed to some of them. But also, we hold our entire program to a standard whether they're a freshman, sophomore, we expect them to come in and be able to at least take care of the football and use the fundamentals. But, yeah, that's one thing we've talked about. A couple weeks ago, we were negative, so I guess being at 500 is at least a positive thing. But still, we want to be plus in the turnover battle. Usually all good teams are.
Jared, if I looked at your offensive charts and I didn't know anything else about your team, I didn't know anything about your record, and I see that your leading ground gainer, Stephen Nealon, 344 yards, pretty pedestrian numbers. But then you look and there's 4 or 5 other guys that have similar numbers. You have a great luxury there with tremendous depth and the ability to spread things around, and obviously you have some unselfish players that have buy-in.
Honestly, that's been the key. I think the key has been the unselfishness of this team the entire year. What we're able to do is, I think it makes us difficult to defend because we have so many guys touching the ball, and I also think it makes it it keeps our guys fresh, fresher, each week, but also we're staying healthy. We're not getting dinged up with some of those minor injuries that have hampered us in the past because we have so many guys touching the ball. Every week it's a new guy that's the leading rusher, it seems, and every week it's a new guy that's the leading receiver. And we have multiple guys playing quarterback right now, and a number of guys catching the ball, number of guys running the ball. And as I said, I think that makes us a very dangerous team. And we told the kids at the beginning of the year, there's likely not going to be anybody that's the one, it's really high in the stat category, but we want to have as a collective to be very high. And that's what it's been so far. I think we're on pace to be, and I think we're scoring 30-some points a game, and our yards per game is really good. It's just not individuals. It's a team, and it's a collective effort, so we're proud of that.
Just about 37 points a game. Tonight, the Homer Center Wildcats, the opponent, they've struggled the past couple of years, although they have won back-to-back games, and they're really been decimated with injuries. So Greg Page, his kids maybe something to feel good about and something to believe in coming here tonight.
Well, he's done a great job. I don't think there's anybody better than Greg Page, and I mean that. I tell him that all the time. I think his staff's fantastic as well. I mean, you look at his body of work, and I told the kids, I think it would have been better to get them early. They're starting to play better. I mean, scoring 40 points is impressive, and I think that's what they did last week. They scored, they won the game. I think they're coming in with confidence. You can see the young players on their team getting better. I think that the move with Dunn moving to running back has made them a little bit more explosive. I think the young quarterback number 14 has played well, and I just think they're playing better as a team. And we know it's a great challenge. He does things offensively that's going to put a challenge on our defense, even a veteran defense. But we're just hoping to limit some of their big plays and try to make them march the whole way down the field on us.
I'm sure your approach is every week it's a new week. We're 0-0. We want to be 1-0.
Absolutely, and that's what's gotten us to this point, and that's honestly our main focus.
Coach, thanks for doing this. We'll talk to you on the post-game show, too.
Hey, appreciate it.
That's Jared Lewis, head coach of the Cambria Heights Highlanders. We're going to come back with Greg Page as our ITT pregame show continues right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowd's?
Renda Digital TV is Indiana County's leading live stream service. Our team of dedicated producers and on-air personalities work hard to bring you network-level event and sports coverage to your fingertips. And if you can't make it, every live stream is archived, so you never miss a minute. And for you IUP football fans, Renda Digital TV is the exclusive home of Hawk Talk, airing every Monday during the season. Subscribe to Renda Digital TV for free today.
Save up to $12,000 on a new F-150 at Luther Ford. At Luther Ford, buy a new 2024 F-150 4x4 XLT Super Crew full hybrid and save up to $12,000. Or buy a new 2024 Ford F-150 Super Duty 4x4 XLT Super Crew and save up to $8,000. Wow! And everyone qualifies. Luther Ford with 2 locations and twice the inventory. The savings are huge. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and Admiral Perry Highway, Evansburg.
Hi. We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
More choices and more savings at Walbeck Insurance. 479-9378. 479-9378.
Our ITT pregame show from Cambria Heights continues, and as promised, head coach Greg Page joining us, brought to you by Walbeck Insurance. More choices, more savings, and coach, the biggest challenge of the season stares you right in the eyes tonight, and the undefeated Highlanders come as advertised, don't they?
They do. They really don't have any weaknesses. I mean, in our league and in our area for small school football, They've done that the last couple of years. They've got good size, they've got good athletes, good coaching. I mean, they've got a really nice program, and everybody has been circling this game on their schedule because they know they were the favorites from preseason.
Defensively, they allowed just 5.6 points per game, under 100 yards a game. Last week, they held Conemaugh Township to 55 yards of total offense, and 49 came in one play on a pass play in the first quarter. So they are very, very difficult to move the ball against, and from their standpoint, that's where you want to be getting ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, defensively, when you're sound and you also can bring some pressure with blitzes and moving guys around, and with good size up front, they can do different things, and they will do different things, and they'll trust their back end to be able to lock up man-to-man and do those different things. So we've been working all week. Like, we know some pressure's coming, and we know they got some athletes in the secondary, but, we feel like we have some things that can counter that, and you have to feel that way. I mean, that's why you game plan. So, but we know it's a big challenge. I mean, they're stingy, and we have some people in places where we'd like to move them around, but unfortunately we're not, at that level.
Do they in some ways remind you of some of your great teams of the past in that they've been building for this for a while? That defense returns 10 starters. You've been in a situation where you could just see it coming, and that's kind of what I see in them.
Yeah, I think that's happened several times for us. I mean, in particular, from my memory, the 16 team to the 17 team, where we only lost 5 seniors, 4 of which were starters, and only 2 of them were two-way starters. So we knew we had a good solid and a big group coming back with our junior and sophomore group into 17. But he's done a nice job. Jared's done a nice job with them for years. It's been better since they've come in our conference, but they've always been formidable. They've always been really sound and solid.
After back-to-back wins, I would think there has to be a better vibe around your own team right now.
Yeah, winning makes everybody come back with a little bit more pep in their step on Monday, I think, and, it gets everybody else excited. People are like, hey, you can go up there and knock them off. Well, that's the kind of talk you want to hear because you don't want anyone to think you don't have a chance. So our kids have been excited. We got another kid back with Josh Faluchik to help us in the O-line and things like that. So, we're just going to go up, and we've prepared all week. I think we got some good things, but, you got to go play, and they're not going to make that easy.
Quarterback Carson Arone, a sophomore, junior wide receiver Riley Cobaugh, big games last week, and several of your youngsters on defense performed well, and that has to bode well for the future.
It does, yeah. And, we were kind of building with Carson, and thank goodness for Braden Dunn to be able to kind of bridge that gap early on, and then we got him to a position where he could make more plays. And Riley's been a playmaker with his speed and quickness, and he's caught some tough balls, and he hangs in there. And, yeah, you're right. We got guys like Dom Shimko. Cody Bell's been solid all year. Some of those other guys are coming along. Hayden Bench has been getting a little more playing time, and he's aggressive. So we're excited about that. And we've had other guys play real solid too, but since you mentioned the youngsters, I agree with you on that front.
Coach, how do you approach this game? No question, you're a big underdog here tonight. From a mental standpoint with your team, is it business as usual, or do you kind of set the expectations and what your goals might be?
We did that Monday. We talked to them. I talked to them and said, listen, we know they're undefeated. We've won 2 in a row. We've had a standard here that we've tried to live up to for several years, and that's gotten away from us a little bit. They're on their run right now, but you go up there with the mindset that you do prepare business as usual throughout the week, and you don't really build it up too much for your kids because you want them to understand, hey, it's just another game. I mean, they've watched film on them, and we're just going to go up there and hopefully give it our best shot.
Coach, good luck tonight, and we will talk to you after the game as well.
Thank you guys very much.
Head coach Greg Page, brought to you by Walbeck Insurance of Homer City. We're coming back with keys to the game, the starting lineups, and more as our ITT pregame show rolls on from Cambria Heights High School right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
Twin Cities Event Hall is the perfect place to host your next special occasion. The event hall is located on the grounds of the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, featuring an air-conditioned banquet room that comfortably seats 200, a beverage bar, a stage, refurbished hardwood dance floor, and a new kitchen that is caterer-friendly. The event hall has added a new outdoor stage, too, that's perfect for weddings, anniversary parties, or any special occasion. The Twin Cities Event Hall is now accepting bookings into 2025. Find them on Facebook or call 724-541-3683.
Hi, I'm Eric Brocious. Many of you know me as a high school teacher and a coach. What you didn't know, though, is I'm also a businessman, owner of EMB Computing. I'd like to invite you to our new state-of-the-art facility to see our line of computers, laptops, iPads, MacBooks, and accessories. If you're a business owner, we'll assist you with your networks, servers, workstations, printers, and even your business phone systems. We are located at 57 North 11th Street in Indiana, or you can find us on the web at embcomputing.com. We are your technology specialists.
SCG Hobby. It's in the name. Sports cards, comics, gaming, and more. Speaking of more, they also have a huge selection of Legos, board games, Dungeons & Dragons, and Warhammer. Whatever you fancy, they've got you covered. Come join the SCG family for fun events and tournaments nightly, including Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and more. Dive into a world of sports and fantasy at the SCG Hobby nearest you, with locations in Indiana, Latrobe, Altoona, and North Huntington. Find out more by logging into scghobby.com.
When it comes to screen printing and promotional items, nobody does it better than S&S Screen Printing of Indiana. Stop in and check out how S&S Screen Printing can help your business, school, or booster club grow with a full line of apparel and promotional items. Or visit them online and see the full lineup at snsscreenprinting.net. snsscreenprinting.net. Yes, snsscreenprinting.net. S&S Screen Printing, 1200 School Street in Indiana. At S&S Screen Printing, they do it right here.
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
We welcome you back into our S&T Bank broadcast booth. People Forward Banking, the 14th all-time meeting between these two schools. Cambria Heights leading the series convincingly 10-3 in their favor, and we don't say that about too many all-time series. Dates back to 1960, a 20-0 Highlanders victory. Of course, a long stretch without any games until the two teams met in 2021 when the Highlanders joined the conference. As for the keys to the game driven by Luther Ford in Homer City, Ward, what do you have?
Well, for Cambria Heights, first thing is just do what you've been doing. They've been so successful offensively and defensively. They just need to keep playing that type of game. They also will run the ball. That's their strength. It's something that they do well. They got to keep doing that and more or less dominate the game and just stay away from any injuries. I mean, that's not easy to do. I mean, it's probably a goal here tonight for Jared Lewis not to get anybody hurt. The Wildcats on the other side got to find a way to move the football a little bit more. Stay out of their own territory. Get some field position. Defensively, try to stop that Cambria Heights offense and make some big plays. That's a key for them. If they can make some big plays with their passing game, they may be able to hang around. We'll see.
Keys to the game driven by Luther Ford Lincoln in Homer City. The 2-5 Wildcats and 7-0 Cambria Heights Highlanders. There was a media company. Oh, yeah, it was us, Renda Media, that predicted in our preview magazine that they would go 10-0, and they're 70% of the way home. Ward will be right back with us and check the starting offensive units when our ITT pregame show continues from Cambria Heights Sports Complex right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet satellite internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
What sets one insurance agency apart from another? Building relationships. Hunt & Blues Insurance prides themselves on building strong personal relationships with their clients. Hunt & Blues is an independent agency offering you choices to get you the best coverage at the best rate. When you buy insurance, whether it's for your home, car, business, life, or retirement, you want an agency working in your best interest. And that's Hunt & Blues Insurance, 2 locations, Indiana and Johnstown.
Every year, we go on a search for great snacks or treats. Children enjoy more than just candy on Halloween. The best sources of calcium are milk, yogurt, and cheese. Kids like us love string cheese because it's tasty and fun to pull, twist, and eat. And parents love string cheese because it's rich in calcium, whatever that is. So give us kids the fun and goodness we are looking for. Make it a very dairy Halloween. A message from Allied Milk Producers.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
Reem Miller, VFW Post 7783 in St. Benedict, a longtime backer of Cambria Heights Athletics, is pleased to be a sponsor of Highlander football. Everyone at the VFW wishes the best of luck to the team, cheerleaders, band, and all the coaches this coming season. The Reem Miller Post exists to provide a place for veterans and their families to fellowship and believes in giving back to the community with thousands in donations during each year. Have fun this season, CH. From your friends at the VFW Post 778.
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
The Indiana County Technology Center is now accepting enrollment in our adult education programs. The ICTC's adult education programs offer in-demand post-secondary programs tailored to empower student success. From cosmetology to welding and practical nursing, the ICTC has a program for everyone. Indiana County Technology Center, empowering tomorrow's workforce.
Thank you, Steve Granado, our voice behind the scenes here on our broadcast. Our starting lineups brought to you by Indiana County Technology Center, the region's premier technology center, providing the necessary tools to jumpstart your future. Why would you want to go anywhere else? Visit their website at ictc.edu. Ward, the Cambria Heights starting offensive unit averaging 36.7 points per game, 246 yards rushing, 113 yards passing, 359 overall. Wildcats 18 points a game, 121 yards rushing, 99 passing, a total of 220. The big discrepancy, and we'll get to that a little bit later, is on the defensive side of the scorecard. But what do you have for the starting 11 for both teams?
For Cambria Heights, Marshall Eckenrod will be the left end. He is a senior, 6'1", 185. Left tackle is James Holtz, a junior, 5'11", 240. Tristan Weekland will be the left guard, a senior, 5'9", 230. Braylon Ridbaum is the center, senior, 5'10", 255. Jack Sherwood is the right guard, a sophomore, 6'2", 265. Hayden Limmer is the right tackle, a junior, 5'10", 200. And Garrett Jasper will be the tight end, a senior at 6'2", 240. He's a big boy. Quarterbacking, Isaac Weiland. Boy, I've heard that name for a number of years. Senior, 6'2", 205. Fullback will be Jackson Klein. Senior, 5'10", 185. Trey Tribus will be the tailback, a senior, 5'11", 165. And in the slot, Stephen Nealon, a senior, 5'11", 175. For the Wildcats, Deegan Fedoric will be the tight end, sophomore, 6'3", 176. Left tackle, Eli Butterly. He's a senior, 5'11", 228. Left guard, Josh Voluchik. He is a senior, 5'9", 194. Center, Zach Wilson, the senior, 5'9", 244, will be the center. Right guard, Zeke Butterly, a sophomore, 5'9", 173. At right tackle is Gabe Rufner, junior, 6'3", 231. The wideout on the right side, Ocean Maritita, senior, 5'11", 158. In the backfield will be quarterback Carson Arone. Had his best game last week. Sophomore, 5'10", 151. Sean Voluchik will be the running back. The senior, 5'9", 153. He'll be joined by Brady Frazier, sophomore, at 6'1", 172. And the slot back will be Riley Cobaugh, junior, 5'8", 156. Mort?
Starting lineups brought to you by ICTC. Why would you want to go anywhere else? ICTC. You can visit them online at ictc.edu. We're just moments away from the opening kickoff, which will be presented by Grand Beginnings Children's Center. That's the ITT pregame show. Stay with us for the start of tonight's game when we return right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar, and the club is proud to offer newly remodeled facilities for its many members. Voted best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County, the club features a large 3-acre fishing pond that is well stocked and offers a shooting range that is open year-round. The club takes pride in hosting kid-friendly events and the annual fireworks display for the 4th of July. Inside, club members can enjoy a newly remodeled bar area, the perfect place to unwind and watch your favorite team. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club. Let's go!
Back with you in our S&T Bank broadcast booth. Captains for both teams coming out onto the field for Homer Center. Ocean Maritita and the Voluchik twins, Josh and also Sean Voluchik for the Cambria Heights Highlanders. 4 seniors out there include Stephen Nayland, Garrett Jasper, Luke Mulraney, and trying to pick up the 4th. 65, that would be Tristan Weekland. So the Homer Center Wildcats will receive as Cambria Heights won the toss but deferred to Homer Center. So the Wildcats will get the football first. Our opening kickoff will be brought to you by our friends at Grand Beginnings Children's Center. And they have been a fabulous supporter with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. And every week, Grand Beginnings Children's Center supports our 46th annual Teddy Bear Fund Drive by donating a point for every dollar for every point scored across our 4 games on the Indiana County Radio Network. And through the first 7 weeks of the season, that total has reached $1,196. Renda Media says thank you, Grand Beginnings Children's Center, for helping us to help the kids as part of our 46th Teddy Bear Fund Drive.
You know, Mark, saw something tonight I haven't seen in a long time, if ever, at a high school game. They're called the Highlanders. They've got 8 young people playing bagpipes out there as part of their band, kilts and all. It's pretty slick.
They've had that in the past, yep. Hey, it's always good to be ranked number 1 like the Cambria Heights Highlanders, right? And the gold standard of care at IRMC at Chestnut Ridge and Blairsville is once again not gone unnoticed. Voted the best urgent care and walk-in clinic in the Best of Indiana County contest, and it's no wonder at Urgent Care they will fast-track you from start to finish. Old Route 22 in Blairsville. They're open 7 days a week from 8 till 8. Get in, get out, get in, get out, get better with the help of IRMC at Chestnut Ridge. Teeing it up for the Highlanders is Cameron Abrams, and he approaches the football end-over-end kick, going to be taken at the 11-yard line. And with it coming near side for the Homer Center Wildcats is Riley Cobaugh, the speedy junior, and he gets to about the 25-yard line and goes down right there. So the Wildcats will start at their own 26 is where they're going to put it down.
Caught the ball. I think that was Maritito, but he caught the ball and ran up to where the defense was pursuing and stopped, then tried to get it to the end. Once you stop right turning kicks, you're dead.
The Wildcats will be without Braden Dunn, so they have Sean Voluchik, I should say, in the backfield. To start this game, sophomore quarterback Carson Arone takes the shotgun snap, going to throw, and it's over everybody. Intended for Drew Fisher. On the coverage for the Highlanders was free safety Carson Lobick.
Yeah, Carson's problem has been throwing the ball high. He's releasing it a little bit too soon, and it just sails on him.
Last week he was spectacular, 13 of 19 for 178 yards and a couple of touchdowns. He rushed for 138 yards on 16 carries, scoring his first ever varsity touchdown rushing. So responsible for over 300 yards for Homer Center.
It's a good play call, but just didn't execute it properly.
Center is Zach Wilson, and Carson going to run the read option, and he's in trouble, but comes near side, but going to be dragged down for a loss by the Highlanders, Luke Mulroney, who's second on the team with 59 tackles and an interception. Speaking of center Zach Wilson, want to say hello to his father, who's missing his first game in 25 years. He's in Vegas. So we hope it's your lucky night, Mookie, and you deserve the break. 3rd down and 16, so not an ideal start for Homer Center. They send trips to the top of the screen, and now they flood it by sending Voluchik in motion. They throw out in the flat to Drew Fisher and some positive yardage, but back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's all, as good defense by the Highlanders making that tackle. Let's see. I thought I saw 23.
I think you did.
Nolan Clausen making that tackle.
Yeah, Homer picked up a few on that. But, you know, the thing of it is, Cambria Heights just swarms to the ball. These first 3 plays, you saw that. There's somebody covering everybody.
Brian Frazier's 21st punt of the season. He averages about 38, and this one is very high. Great kick by Frazier, but it takes a lateral bounce, and it's touched down by Homer Center's Riley Cobaugh. A 36-yard punt and no return.
Barely got that away. There was a heavy rush on him.
He's had 2 blocked this season, no fault of his own. 10-28, the Highlanders' first possession. They averaged 36.7 points per game, 246 rushing, 113 passing, 359 overall. Surprisingly, they're just even in the giveaway turnover ratio, 13 takeaways and 13 turnovers. Wildcat defensive numbers will give it to you after this play. They send a man in motion, but the quarterback, Weiland's going to keep it. And Weiland fights for yardage. Actually, that was not Weiland. That was Stephen Nealon that took the direct snap, and they'll use him at times at quarterback. A gain of about 3. Drew Fisher on the tackle, 2nd down and 7.
It's job by the Wildcat D that time. Held him to 3 yards on that play. They've been very vulnerable up the middle, so that was a good showing there.
Looks like Nealon will take the direct snap again. Sends a man in motion. They run the jet. Coming near side is Trey Tribus. Tribus reverses footing, 40 to the 45, and close to the 46-yard line. Will be 2 or 3 yards shy of a first down.
Talk about running backs that are very slippery. Looked like he shed 3 tackles there.
Sean Voluchik tied for the team lead for Homer Center with 43 tackles. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Highlanders. And let's see. Is Weiland? Yeah, Weiland, well, I don't think he is in the offensive set. And taking the handoff and darting through an opening and breaking into the secondary and running with the football, Stephen Nealon for the end zone, and he's going to take it 55 yards for a touchdown. And the Wildcats are victimized on a long play of 20 yards or more for the 21st time this season, and the Highlanders jump out in front 6-0.
It's a shame they had it defended pretty well, but they just couldn't get a hold of Nealon there. It wasn't anything fancy, just went off the tackle. Nobody touched him. It's been their problem all season long. Those long runs after 2 good plays, a bad one.
Long snappers Tristan Weekland, the holder Stephen Nealon. Cameron Abrams, 28 of 29 this season. The snap a bit high, but it's put down nicely, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. 55-yard touchdown run for Stephen Nealon, his 7th rushing touchdown of the season. Bolts the Highlanders out to a 7-0 lead on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Luxembourg's Jewelers in Indiana reminds you that if you're in need of gifts for your special someone, stop in and choose from a huge selection of diamonds, pendants, rings, and more. How about a watch from Bulova, G-Shock, or Harley-Davidson? Luxembourg's Jewelers can also customize plaques and trophies for any occasion. With 2 convenient locations, Luxembourg's Jewelers is the winning choice for gifts for any occasion. At the Indiana Mall or downtown, Luxembourg's Jewelers is Indiana's jeweler.
Hi, this is State Representative Jim Struzzi, and I'm proud to serve the 62nd Legislative District. We take pride in our communities, and I'm proud to support our area teams and all our students, wishing them the best of luck this school year. As we approach this year's election, I encourage you to make your voice heard, whether by mail or on the polls at Election Day. I am grateful for your past support, proud of the progress we've made together, and even more excited about the future. The best is yet to come.
Kick taken by Homer Center back near the 10-yard line, and returning it is Homer Center's Colin Doherty. Tackled by Marshall Eckenrode on the kick coverage team. Homer Center allowing another big play, 55-yard run. And the drive summary presented by Luther Ford. 3 plays, 62 yards. It took a minute 24.
They need to get their linebackers in those holes, in those gaps there. That was way too easy, Mark.
Carson Arone from the shotgun. And he's going to pass. Dumps it off. Almost intercepted by Cambria Heights.
Looked like a screen, but there wasn't any screen there. The Cambria Heights players didn't bite. They had pressure from their normal rush, so
Dowd's a Plumville replay, and it was Garrett Jasper that nearly intercepted that pass. When I'm looking, and maybe Jerry can assist too, quarterback Isaac Weiland was not
number
on that
17.
opening
I'm looking
set.
down here for
Arone to throw. It's deflected and incomplete. Deflected at the line of scrimmage, intended for Riley Cobaugh, who had 6 receptions last week in the win over West Shamokin. Riley is really developing into a nice receiver, something to look forward to looking ahead to the 2025 campaign. And Weiland, Jerry points out, is on the bench standing, so we'll see next series. Maybe that was by design. They used Stephen Nealon against Marion Center in the game we did earlier this season. 3rd and 10 for Homer Center. 1 rush so far. And now motion going to be called. Actually, a timeout called before the motion by Homer Center. Timeouts all night long brought to you by Luxembourg's Jewelers in the Indiana Mall. Downtown Indiana location currently closed for renovations. Serving in Indiana and the surrounding area since 1916. Luxembourg's Jewelers. 7-0 Highlanders over the Wildcats on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
MarionCenterBank.com. Looking for a bank that's rooted in your community? Looking for a bank that has all the latest options that a hometown bank should have? For personal and business banking, home loans and student loans, and fraud protection that's state-of-the-art, trust Marion Center Bank. With locations servicing Indiana, Armstrong, and Cambria counties. Struggling with student loan applications and decisions? Now is the perfect time to inquire about student loans at Marion Center Bank. MarionCenterBank.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
The Rembrandt Club, a proud sponsor of Cambria Heights Athletics, wishes the Highlanders the best of luck tonight and this season. The Rembrandt Club has a long tradition of supporting the Cambria Heights School District, student athletes, cheerleading, and band organizations. The club says mark your calendars for November 27th. It's the club's annual bear hunt. Hunters can register for free. Food, prizes, and fun for all. Find more information on Facebook. Good luck, CH, from everyone at the Rembrandt Club.
What's the most popular 5-passenger SUV in central Pennsylvania? That's an easy one. It's the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, of course. You see them everywhere. I mean everywhere. And why not? It's by far the greatest value on the market. With more standard features than most, great fuel economy, and the best warranty on the planet, buying a new Outlander Sport's an easy choice above all others. You gotta have one. Get your best Mitsubishi deal today at the Mitsubishi Giant.
5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. It doesn't get better than this.
Taken by Colin Doherty right at the 15-yard line, right hash, up over the 30 and near the 35-yard line. So a pretty good return of about 20 for Colin Doherty. Might have been Harrison Snyder on the kick coverage tackle for the Highlanders. Well, second straight 3-play drive for Cambria Heights. First one was 3-play 62 yards that took 124. This Luther Ford drive summary, 3 plays 63 yards, took 105. What I call a little shuffle pass, Ward, old-time technology or terminology.
It's an old play, but it worked like a dream. That just opened up beautifully. And that was because the pursuit just wasn't there. It should have been.
Empty set for the Wildcats, and Carson Arone going to keep it. He's going to be smothered for a loss. No blocking at all for the Homer Center Wildcats.
He never got to scrimmage.
No. I was trying to see who made
His numbers are hard to read. They're red on blue.
Looking here. Was it? No, it wasn't Weakland. It was 50 on that tackle, Braylon Ridbaum. 5'10", 255-pound senior as we look on our replay monitor here in the S&T Bank broadcast booth. People Forward Banking. Last week, the Highlanders held Township to negative yardage. Here's a pass over the middle. It's caught by Drew Fisher and tackled in his tracks by 21 Trey Tribus, the cornerback, who came up quickly to make that tackle. But a gain of about 4. It'll be 3rd down, 8 to go for the Homer Center Wildcats.
Yeah, Carson has no options but to find his first receiver and unload. The rush is that heavy on him, and he got rid of it well there, but Tribus closed in.
Ward, how about this last week, Cambria Heights defense? Conemaugh Township Indians, 28 rushes, total rushing yardage, -9.
We're headed that way tonight, too.
3rd down and a long 8, and Arone deep drop. They look to set up the screen, and they flip it, and it's deflected around and incomplete. Well diagnosed. It was intended for the Homer Center Wildcats' Deegan Fedoric, and for the 3rd straight time, the Wildcats will go 3 and out.
Yeah, Heights have been getting pressure with 3 guys, and then they can keep their linebackers tight around that screen.
Should have a media timeout after this punt. Braden Fraser's first 2 punts, 36 yards. Very good hang time. They did not field either one. Here's a good snap and a kick away. Again, high floating kick. And they allow it to bounce, and it's touched down by Riley Cobaugh at the 30. Media timeout on the field after a 33-yard punt. 5:41 left in the first quarter. Cambria Heights 14 and the Homer Center Wildcats nothing on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
Twin Cities Event Hall is the perfect place to host your next special occasion. The event hall is located on the grounds of the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, featuring an air-conditioned banquet room that comfortably seats 200, a beverage bar, a stage, refurbished hardwood dance floor, and a new kitchen that is caterer-friendly. The event hall has added a new outdoor stage, too, that's perfect for weddings, anniversary parties, or any special occasion. The Twin Cities Event Hall is now accepting bookings into 2025. Find them on Facebook or call 724-541-3683.
Wildcats have had the ball 3 times. First drive, 3 and out, minute 50 off the clock. Second drive, 3 and out, 22 seconds off the clock. Third drive, 3 and out, 90 seconds off the clock approximately. So Cambria Heights has it back at their own 30. Want to send out a big hello after this play. Weiland flushed out of the pocket, throws it away. Good pressure applied by Homer center Zach Wilson, who beat his man up front, and then forcing the early toss defensively for the Wildcats was cornerback Ocean Maritita. Hello to everyone watching at the Italian Club, the Sons and Daughters Italian Club here in Patton. Been by that many times, and I understand they're watching at the club tonight, so from one Italian to all you other Italians, have yourself a Highlander type of night.
It's been that way already, has it not?
Here's Whelan, and the ball's pitched and fumbled and picked up by Homer Center's Drew Fisher, and down the right sideline, Fisher returns it to the 11-yard line. So the Highlanders tried, I don't want to say trickery, but something a little bit out of their character, and it backfires on them, and they turn it over for a 14th time.
That was a little option play there, Mark, and just didn't connect at all. It wasn't very clean. You could watch it here on the replay. The toss is in front of the intended runner, and I'm not sure who that was.
I think that was Nolan Clausen. I think it was in there.
But he mishandled, and Fedoric Johnny on the spot. Let's see if Homer can do something.
Was that Fedoric 9 or 5 instead of 9?
No, I'm wrong. That was 5.
If it was 5, it was Fedoric. Here's Arone to pass. Arone throws for the end zone, intercepted at the goal line and coming near side with a lot of running room for the Highlanders. It is Stephen Nealon, and Nealon out over the 40 up to about the 43-yard line as Carson Arone throws his, checking his 5th interception, and that one is very costly.
That was extremely costly. He had an opportunity there, just great coverage in the secondary. You got to get rid of it. He held it too long, not a lot on the ball, double coverage. What else are we going to list on that? He's a sophomore. He's going to make mistakes. That was a big one. You can't give the ball back like that.
So Cambria Heights at their own 43-yard line, and Nealon, the quarterback, hands it off. And up the middle for a short gain is Marshall Eckenrode, tackled on the play defensively by Homer Center's, I think that was Eli Butterly in there defensively. Yep. So a return on that interception of 45 yards. Handoff, and not a lot going on. There's going to be a loss on that player, maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Dom Shimko on the tackle. Dom Shimko last week, 11 tackles. Marshall Eckenrode on that carry, by the way. 3rd down and 6 for the Cambria Heights Highlanders at their own 47-yard line. Toss right, and running with the football and going to be close to a first down is Stephen Nealon, their leading ground gainer, and it will be good to move the chains into Wildcat territory as they mark him down at the 47-yard line.
And there's been a problem all season long. Homer had people there, just weren't able to make the tackle and stop that first down run.
1st and 10 at the Wildcat 47. Homer Center's defense allowing 32.3 points per game, 258 yards rushing, 69 yards passing, 328 overall. And Weiland back in there, and he gives to Jackson Klein. And Klein up the gut, powers his way for about 4 yards to Homer Center's 43-yard line.
Homer that time shot some linebackers in there, kind of slowed that play down. They still got, looks like 3 or 4 yards on it, but a little better effort inside.
Zach Wilson on the tackle. Stephen Nealon hands it off to Tribus, and Tribus, good tackle right near the line of scrimmage, lunging for a yard was Tribus. Zach Wilson again for Homer Center, and Dom Shimko. Shimko, 11 tackles last week, 10 for Riley Cobaugh, and 12 for Hayden Bentz. Is Bentz in there defensively right now?
I don't even see Bentz in the game, Mark. I don't know if he's been in there at all.
Interesting.
Yeah, let's see. Homer's coming up, cheating up a little.
3rd down and 5. Looked like they were going to go back to that option play, but Nealon kept it and cut it up near the left hash and going to be close to first down yardage. On the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats was Eli Butterly.
How much doubt the Heights are going to go for this?
2:20 moving clock here in the first quarter, 14-0 Cambria Heights. Scored on their first 2 possessions, turned it over, which has been a problem. At Marion Center, Ward, game we did on Renda Digital TV, they had 5 turnovers and still won the game. With the football and powering his way for yardage is big Garrett Jasper, our IRMC Renda Media Player of the Week in Week 5. We featured him on our pregame show. If you missed it, you can go back and watch all of our games on Renda Digital TV. And Jasper is a load to bring down. And Riley Cobaugh was kind of riding roughshod on his back and dragged him down, but not before he got to the 33-yard line. Empty set. And Isaac Weiland, the quarterback, 33 of 57 for 734 yards, throws a pass out in the flat to Nealon down the left sideline, 20, 15, 10, and another touchdown for the Cambria Heights Highlanders. Not a lot of white shirts, Ward, in the way, and he takes it the distance for a touchdown with 1:29 left in the first quarter. It's now 20-0, 33-yard pass play.
Just didn't get over there fast enough, and Nealon's got good speed. He showed it there, right down the side. That's way too easy. And Coach Page, I'm sure, when they look at the film, it's going to say just that.
Cameron Abrams trying to go 3 for 3 in the PAT department. He's only missed 1 this season. Out of the hold of Nealon. Snap put down, and the kick is up, and Cameron Abrams, the 6'1", 175-pound senior, is now 31 of 32 for the season, and it's 21-0 Highlanders as they are flexing their muscles early as they look to go 8-0 on a path to perfection during the regular season. Right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
I'm Senator Joe Pittman. From Indiana to Westmoreland and Jefferson to Armstrong counties, I'm dedicated to supporting every student in the 41st District. As Senate Majority Leader, I'm committed to ensuring our kids have the opportunities they deserve, whether it's excelling in athletics or engaging in extracurricular activities or achieving academic excellence. Together, we're building a strong foundation for our children's future. I appreciate your support and encourage you to vote, whether by mail or in person on a
bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your local Erie agent is William G. Meckling Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 724-465-4261 or visit mecklinginsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Yard line, kind of a carbon copy of what we saw on the last kickoff. And the Wildcats, they'll spot it at the 31 officially with 1:23 to play if you're a Wildcat supporter. It's been a long first quarter.
Extremely, and again, the problem seems to be that the reaction time just isn't there. They're not covering gaps and holes, and they've got players in the area who should be closing in on these, but they're not, and they ended up being outrun.
8 plays, 57 yards, took 3 minutes 46 seconds. Our Luther Ford drive summary for that third Highlander touchdown. They faked the jet, and Carson Arone trying to keep it, and he's smothered by Marshall Eckenrode. And also defensively for the Highlanders, Bryce Lewis, the coach's son. He's a sophomore, 6'1", 200-pounder. Fourth on the team with 54 tackles, but 14.5 TFLs. That's tackles for a loss. Also has 2.5 sacks to his credit. And a 2-yard loss there, so he now has 15.5 TFLs worth.
And they're doing a good job. They're using their big boys up front to squeeze the Wildcats, and their defensive ends and linebackers are doing a great job of controlling the corners.
Arone to pass, through the hands, deflected and intercepted, and taking it to the house for the Cambria Heights Highlanders. It was Luke Mulraney, his second interception of the season, and this one goes the distance on the deflected pass, and with 38.6 seconds left in the first quarter, wow, it's now 27-0 Highlanders. Pass that should have been caught. Fedoruk had to go right through his hands, off of his hands.
When it rains, it pours, and it's a beautiful night here. It's not raining at all, but it is on the Wildcat side of the field. Just another good defensive play.
Abrams to attempt his fourth extra point. Snap a bit high, put down nicely by Nealon. Kick is up and kick is good. There's a lot of good kickers in this league, and he's one of them, and it's 28-0 with 38 seconds left in the first quarter. Our coverage will continue from our S&T Bank broadcast booth. People Forward Banking right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
Robindale and its affiliated companies are proud to be a sponsor of all student athletes in the area. For nearly 2 decades, Robindale has been cleaning up refuse coal piles that dot and scar the western Pennsylvania landscape. To reclimate and beautify these areas, Robindale believes deeply in safety, compliance, and community responsibility. If you would like to become a part of the Robindale team, you can contact them at 814-446-6700, extension 122, or see how Robindale can assist your business at robindale.com.
Back to play, though. Kickoff taken by Colin Doherty again and downed at about the 23-yard line. Hard to keep up with all the notes, Ward.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the scoreboard, and it's still the first quarter. And it's just a debacle right now. The Homer undermanned, and it's showing that they're not being able to run the football is the big problem. What else can you say? I mean, they've lost some key players. They really don't have anything offensively to move this bigger team.
So this drive, starting at their own 23, and Arone trying to keep it, breaks a couple of tackles and fights for yardage up to about the 25 or 26-yard line, and probably just witnessed the final play of the quarter. Garrett Jasper on the tackle for the Cambria Heights Highlanders, and that is the end of the first quarter. There is no more. And for the Wildcats, they're glad about that. The Highlanders 7-0, flexing their muscles, looking sharp here in the opening frame against Homer Center. It's 28-0 Highlanders, and you're listening and watching here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Save up to $12,000 on a new F-150 at Luther Ford. At Luther Ford, buy a new 2024 F-150 4x4 XLT Super Crew full hybrid and save up to $12,000. Or buy a new 2024 Ford F-150 Super Duty 4x4 XLT Super Crew and save up to $8,000. Wow! And everyone qualifies. Luther Ford with 2 locations and twice the inventory. The savings are huge. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and Admiral Perry Highway, Evansburg.
Hey sports fans in Elmora and beyond, this is a shout out from Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, your community hub for all things outdoors. Good luck to the Cambria Heights Highlanders football team this year. You've shown incredible dedication and skill on the field, and now it's time to take it to the next level. Highlanders, make Elmora proud. From your friends at Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, bring home that win. The Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, where community pride and sportsmanship come together. Go Highlanders!
Shout out to Chris Graham and Bryson and Ian down in Old Rocky Top getting ready for the Tennessee game tomorrow as Carson Arone airs one out and it's deflected away from Riley Cobaugh, who was about to haul that in. I think that was Stephen Nealon on the coverage. So hello to the Graham family.
Yeah.
Bryson Jr. at UT. They have quite a team this year and they'll play Florida tomorrow. First half yardage award. Cambria Heights has more yardage.
No.
First half stats, first quarter stats.
I would never guess that.
177 yards on 14 plays. Wildcats 13 plays, 2 yards. 11 rushes, 92 yards for Heights. 4 rushes, -7 for Homer Center. Arone 2 of 9 for 9 yards passing and 2 interceptions. 2 of 3 for Whalen. And the pass to Drew Fisher out in the flat, who's smothered on a 3rd down and 8. At the 25-yard line, no gain. Marshall Eckenrode on the tackle. Ward, out-of-town scoreboard. Let's get them in real quick. First quarter scores. United Valley 7, Penns Manor nothing. River Valley 7, Marion Center 7, end of 1. Big game there.
Yeah,
a lot of points at stake. Conemaugh Valley in the Battle of the Windlass leading West Shamokin 12-0.
Whoa.
Northern Cambria 7, Conemaugh Township nothing. Frazier to punt. He'll have to ice his foot after this game. So will Abrams. And the right-footed kicker, talented sophomore, gets it out of there. And he just hasn't been getting any luck with the rolls because they haven't fielded a punt. And this one is downed at about the 48-yard line. Sandra Pavlik watching the game from Fort Worth, Texas. Number 36 and 50. Our nephews, I think we're talking about Cambria Heights here. Harrison Snyder and also Braylon Ridbaum. Let's see here, we'll get a couple others in as Heights takes over at their own 48-yard line. And they give it to Tribus, and Tribus into the secondary. One player touched him, and he's going to take it the distance, 52 yards for a touchdown. And Cambria Heights just like knife through soft butter right now. It's 34-0. I don't know how else to describe it, Ward. It's just that easy for them. And with 10:55 left in the first half, we're a point away from heading to the mercy rule. Although, unfortunately for Homer Center, they have to wait for the second half for it to take effect.
That play wasn't even clean. It was just an inside counter play. And he just bounced it out, and nobody got near him. I don't know, well, Homer, I don't want to keep beating up on them, but they're undermanned right now with these injuries.
Abrams' extra point catches the left upright is good, and now a flag flies, so let's see what that's about. For Stephen Nealon, that was Tribus, right? On that rushing touchdown.
Tribus
His third rushing touchdown of the season.
see what the flag's all about. Came from the back, Judge.
Well, they'll sort it out. Let's go to break with 10:55 remaining. One play, 52 yards, and it's 35-0 for Cambria Heights over Homer Center. Personal foul against Cambria Heights. So they'll figure that out as we go to break right here on the IRMC Renda Media.
I've always been a very hard worker, and I thought that there was something that smart people that work hard could do differently with the money that you've worked so hard to earn. I consulted First Commonwealth Bank. They said, absolutely there is. And then they called us with a program that was directly suited for us. I've been able to enjoy what I've worked a lifetime to create. And I've done all that with the help of First Commonwealth Bank.
Hi, I'm Eric Brocious. Many of you know me as a high school teacher and a coach. What you didn't know, though, is I'm also a businessman, owner of EMB Computing. I'd like to invite you to our new state-of-the-art facility to see our line of computers, laptops, iPads, MacBooks, and accessories. If you're a business owner, we'll assist you with your networks, servers, workstations, printers, and even your business phone systems. We are located at 57 North 11th Street in Indiana, or you can find us on the web at embcomputing.com. We are your technology specialists.
Kick it off from their own 25-yard line, and for the Homer Center Wildcats is Sean Voluchik returning it into Cambria Heights territory, and the Wildcats will start off at about the 43 or 44-yard line. Want to say hello to Jim D. Go Cambria Heights, watching from Southwest Ohio, perhaps a Buckeye fan. They have a big game tomorrow against Oregon. Jessica Johnston says, rip up the Wildcats. She's watching in New York. Thank you, Jessica. And we've had about 1,000 viewers already in this football game on Renda Digital TV. We will be following the Cambria Heights Highlanders like we did last year. We hope it's another deep playoff run for Jared Lewis's ball club. 1st and 10 Homer Center at the Cambria Heights 44. And Carson Arone to pass. Pocket begins to collapse, and they force an early toss as a result. Intended downfield on the post was Riley Cobaugh, but really no chance, and it was the pressure up the middle.
Yeah, they've been getting to it, and he's dropping deeper just to give himself some time, but the rush has just been so intense that he has to release, and those deep passes just aren't going to cook. I know what they want to do, but just aren't going to. I'd like to see him try to get Voluchik going, maybe go to an I formation or something like that so they have an extra blocker.
All season long, we've been chronicling the great 1974 team. Wildcat Flashback brought to you by Mavericks, coming up at halftime with head coach Ron Coleman, former coach. And there's Voluchik on the carry, and an effective run from the 44 to the Cambria Heights 39-yard line or so. It's 35-0. The Renda Media T-shirt toss at the end of the quarter. I happen to have one more T-shirt up here. I don't know if they're hearing me out in the booth or not, but the T-shirts, there we go. See, that was easy. I didn't have to throw out my right arm. Thank the Cambria Heights cheerleaders for assisting us.
Nice run by Voluchik, who I was impressed with his running earlier.
3rd down and 5, pass out in the flat. Good quick move by the Homer Center receiver. That was Ocean Maritita, and I think he's going to have the first down of the game for the Homer Center Wildcats to the Cambria Heights 33-yard line.
Hey, a positive. That's what you got to build on now. But you got to mix in some runs. That's all there is to it. They're just coming too hard.
Jasper on the tackle.
It's his 4-down territory, though, Mark, if that has any significance.
Football at the 33. Receivers to the right, Drew Fisher and Carson Arone to pass. Throwing down the left sideline, jump ball, and intercepted again by the Cambria Heights Highlanders, and going to be tackled at the 1-yard line. And on that interception It was Nealon once again.
Those just aren't going to work. They're well covered, and he just can't get enough on the ball. Those are good athletes back there, and they're making these interceptions in front of Homer's receivers.
So Mulroney, a pick 6. And Nealon, his second interception of the night. Let's see, where'd they put it at? 2-yard line?
2-yard line.
With 9:26 left. And the give to Jackson Klein, the 5'10 senior fullback. And he gets them out of a hole from the 2 up to about the 15, plus 13 for Jackson Klein, who came into the game 54 rushes, 280 yards, tackled by Gabe Ruffner.
He's a big boy, and the concern is giving up like an 85-yard touchdown run now.
Isaac Weiland will go under center, tight formation, and he hands it off to Marshall Eckenrode, and Marshall tripped up, or that one might go the distance. It was Riley Cobaugh on the tackle at about the 25-yard line, but good for 9 or 10 more. Let's see where they put it down, actually shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It'll be second down and a yard.
Homer's corner's got to come up quicker on that and shut that down. That had really no chance against the team that would close and tackle, but the Wildcats haven't been doing that.
8:40 to play in the first half, 35-0 already, Cambria Heights. There's a give up the middle, and the Wildcats defense it pretty nicely. It was Jackson Klein again on the carry. Frazier, Butterly, and others. Zach Wilson on that tackle, but he did pick up enough for the first down. 3-yard gain to the 27. It's new set of downs for the Highlanders. The old T formation, very tight behind Isaac Weiland, and they give it, I think that might be Mulroney that time. It was Luke Mulroney. Mulroney, a 5'10", 165-pound sophomore, 85 yards rushing entering the game. On the tackle, it was Eli Butterly again for Homer Center, so he's evidently getting stronger, Ward, after returning from that broken fibula, and he played last week offensively.
Yeah, he's playing well, both sides, and everyone needs to pick up to that degree.
Second down and 7. And they give it, and coming near side with the footballs, Marshall Eckenrode up the left sideline to the 50 to the 40, and he's pushed out of bounds by Riley Cobaugh, or that's another touchdown for the Highlanders. He's at the 32-yard line. So a gain of 38 yards for Marshall Eckenrode.
That's just a base play, deep handoff, fake to the first man, hand it off, nothing fancy, just getting blocked.
Same formation, and they give it up the middle, and Jackson Klein with the carry inside the 30 to about the 29-yard line. On the tackle for Homer Center, Gabe Ruffner, third on the team with 30 tackles entering the game. They put it down right at the 30, so a 2-yard gain. 35-0 as we approach the 7-minute mark here in the first half.
Cats playing 5-man front now. Let's get those linebackers active.
Mulroney gets the carry this time, and he goes around the right end and running very low to the ground, has about 5 yards. Third down and 3 as they operate pretty quickly. Sean Beluchik being announced as the tackler. So third down and about 3 to go for the Highlanders. Mulroney, Klein, and Eckenrode in the backfield. And the handoff to Jackson Klein. Klein gets to about the 20-yard line. So they're just basically running between the tackles, Ward, other than that one run by Eckenrode.
You took the words right out of my mouth. They're just letting that big line push, and they're doing just that. The Homer's D-line is trying to hold up. It's just that they don't have the strength in their linebacking core to close this stuff off, and that's what's costing them.
Klein in the middle of that T formation behind quarterback Isaac Weiland, and they give it to Mulraney, who is tripped up nicely by Riley Cobaugh, who came in low and made a good tackle. Riley's a good young football player, and he's going to continue to get better, and he's very, very aggressive. Some of his teammates, and I don't mean this in a negative way because so many young players are learning, but they could learn from the aggressiveness that Riley plays this game with, because that's what you need to do.
Yeah, on defense, that's the key. You be aggressive. If you're going to wait for something, it's going to go right by you, and that's pretty much what's happened.
2nd and 9, and coming near side Eckenrode, and he's going to bounce it out and into the end zone for a touchdown, covering 19 yards. And Cambria Heights is in the 40s. It's 41-0 with 5:25 left in the first half.
Simple off tackle, and again, nobody home.
And Abrams on to attempt the extra point. Right-footed soccer-style kicker. Long snapper Tristan Weekland. Their total operation on these extra points, very, very good, very sharp. And so sharp that they're 6 for 6 tonight in the PAT department, and it's 42-0 over the Homer Center Wildcats. From our S&T Bank broadcast booth, People Forward Banking, another touchdown drive, 98 yards on that drive. And it's 42-0 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
All season long, IRMC has been bringing you our high school sports night, as they have for so many years, and they're also promoting breast cancer awareness. Several football teams, including Homer Center. I'm not sure if our sideline cameraman, Chris Yonner, can get a picture of one of the helmets. They have the breast cancer sticker on the back of their helmets. By the way, Luther Ford Drive summary, 10 plays. There it is as we see it on Renda Digital TV. And we can tell you on radio it's pink, and you know the ribbon. And the end-over-end kick going to be taken by Doherty, this time at the 17, and he drops the football, picks it up, and now going to return it to the 20. So nobody hit him, he just dropped it. Gets to about the 21 or 22-yard line. That Luther Ford Drive summary award, 10 plays, 98 yards, took 401. They were 1 for 1 on 3rd down and picked up 4 first downs along the way.
It's basic stuff they're running too, Mark, and it's just a credit to them. They're blocking these plays well. The runners are getting into the secondary and just sprinting past the Homer.
IRMC offers 3D mammography at 3 convenient locations: IRMC in Indiana, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, and IRMC in northern Cambria. This month, Homer Center, IUP, and other area schools proudly displaying the IRMC breast cancer awareness decals on their helmets. And thanks to Chris Yonner, our sideline cameraman, you just saw that on Homer Center's helmet. And read option, and reading it maybe better than Homer Center was Cambria Heights, because Carson Arona is going to be tackled for a loss from the 22 back to about the 19 or 20-yard line. They put it down at the 19. So Homer Center, negative rushing yardage. Told you last week, Conemaugh Township's Indians held to negative yardage, -9 on 28 carries.
as quickly as the Cambria Heights is closing those down, if he had a pitch man there, that end would be open.
Arone from the gun throws out in the flat to Doherty. Doherty gets a little block and a short gain and fumbled the football. And I think let's see. Coming out of the pack was Carson Lobick, but did they rule him down or not? No, it's going to be a fumble, turnover on Homer Center, and Cambria Heights ball. Doherty fumbled the kickoff. This one was stripped by Garrett Jasper, who's like the TJ Watt of the Heritage Conference. He just put almost like punched it out of there. John, can we get another look at that, Renda, on our Dowds of Plumville replay? Here comes Jasper, and with that left hand, he just poked it out.
He just poked it.
So, 3:52 to play. They're wearing out the ink in my pen. Cambria Heights at the Wildcat 25, but a timeout is called.
Cambria Heights.
With 3:46 remaining in the first half, Cambria Heights blowing out Homer Center in every imaginable way. It's 42-0 on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Hi, my name is Zachary, and this is the bus that I take to school every day. It's a Smith bus. We have a really fun bus driver, and guess what? Smith Bus Company is hiring new bus drivers.
That's right. Smith Bus Company is hiring positions for full and part-time drivers and driver's assistants. They provide transportation for 6 area school districts, and they're proud of the work they do. Apply now at smithbusco.com, equal opportunity employer.
The Ream Miller VFW Post 7783 in St. Benedict, a longtime backer of Cambria Heights Athletics, is pleased to be a sponsor of Highlander football. Everyone at the VFW wishes the best of luck to the team, cheerleaders, band, and all the coaches this coming season. The Ream Miller Post exists to provide a place for veterans and their families to fellowship and believes in giving back to the community with thousands in donations during each year. Have fun this season, CH, from your friends at the VFW Post 778.
Cambria Heights timeout. Looks like they have a new quarterback in there, and they do indeed. Caden Ivory, a junior, 5'11", 150. And there's a flag.
Faked his own team out that time. Cadence. They had the straight T's formation in the backfield, and they all three jumped.
Trying to see who's in that backfield, Ward. Let's see if we can get it on our monitor here. John has a good look as they break huddle. Our digital producer and digital manager at Renda Media, John Smathers, does a great job producing these games when he's not on one of his exotic vacations 6 or 7 times a year.
Go to Africa hunting.
I think, he was on an African hunting trip. The gift up the middle it's Dawson Warner.
Call him Safaris.
Safari John?
You may be too young to remember Buonadon. It used to be on Saturday mornings.
Definitely, I'm too young for that. Dawson Warner, 24 on the carry. They were asking us who ran the ball. We'll see when they break huddle here if we can pick up these numbers in the backfield.
They got 2 spotters if you got me.
Of all nights not to have a spotter. Let's see. Warner 36 is in there. Harrison Snyder. And the give. And nothing going on there as it was Warner on the carry. And Warner smacked pretty good by 77. Zach Wilson.
These guys aren't quite to the hole as quickly as the starters.
Third down and 12 for the Highlanders. See if they allow their backup Q, Caden Ivory, to pass here. Also in that backfield is number 9, Camden Gray, a sophomore, 6 foot, 155 pounds. And they're going to give it, and with the football, it is Harrison Snyder. And Snyder inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line, and they're going to send out the field goal team, something to work on for the Highlanders. And it's a good move because you get to the playoffs, you got to be able to execute these kinds of things. So they'll put the kicking tee down at the 31-yard line, pretty much in the center of the field for Cameron Abrams. Abrams 3 for 3 in field goals this year with a long of 31, so this will be by far his longest if he converts. A 41-yard attempt out of the hold of Stephen Nealon. Snap is high and through the hands of Nealon, who can't pick it up, and it's recovered by Homer Center's Drew Fisher. So the Wildcats will take over at their own 36. That snap came back like a rocket, didn't it? But it was too high.
Way too high. That have blew the timing anyhow. Everything's got to be in place when you get those long kicks.
So the Wildcats will have it at their own 37-yard line, Jer? Or are you calling it the 36?
It's a tweener.
It's a tweener, so that means the 37.
Always go to the higher.
By the way, yeah, you go to the higher, the bigger number. Our gang's all here. Jerry Rossai, our statistician, First Commonwealth Bank limo brought him out. Jerry waved to everybody out there in radio and TV land. Michael Burdig, our executive producer of Wildcat Sports on WCCS back in Indiana. Ted Maseko on our camera up here in the booth. And Chris Yonner on the sideline. And they're just going to let the clock roll out. That's the end of the first half. And it was all Highlanders. 42-0. They lead the Homer Center Wildcats. Stay with us for our SCG Hobby halftime show. When we return with the score, Highlanders 42, Wildcats nothing on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well from your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Hey, sports fans in Elmora and beyond. This is a shout out from Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, your community hub for all things outdoors. Good luck to the Cambria Heights Highlanders football team this year. You've shown incredible dedication and skill on the field, and now it's time to take it to the next level. Highlanders, make Elmora proud. From your friends at Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, bring home that win. The Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, where community pride and sportsmanship come together. Go Highlanders!
Renda Digital TV is Indiana County's leading live stream service. Our team of dedicated producers and on-air personalities work hard to bring you network-level event and sports coverage to your fingertips. And if you can't make it, every live stream is archived, so you never miss a minute. And for you IUP football fans, Renda Digital TV is the exclusive home of Hawk Talk, airing every Monday during the season. Subscribe to Renda Digital TV for free today.
Great food and fun? And you want to go to the hidden dive where all the locals eat? Around these parts, that's Mavericks. Pick your favorites from the jukebox, grab a cold one at the bar, and rack up a round of 8-ball. They've got a new one-page menu that covers it all. Appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and the best wings. Period. Everything is prepared better than you expect. Minutes from anywhere in Homer City right off 119. Mavericks. Drinks, sports, food. Make us proud, Wildcats. You got it.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Greyston Coral Sportsman's
with you in our S&T Bank broadcast booth, People Forward Banking. Ward, it was the Highlanders moving forward and the Wildcats moving backwards in the first half, 42-0.
Yeah, Cambria Heights just had it all together, Mark. They were motivated. They came out and wanted to put this game away early, and that's exactly what they did. Homer had no answer, and it was unfortunate. They just outsized and outmanned.
4 touchdowns in the first quarter, which included pick 6 on a deflected pass to close out the first quarter, and then they had a couple of touchdowns in the second quarter. 2 will be getting to our radio replays on our SCG Hobby halftime show. But when we continue our weekly feature, Wildcat Flashback, as we've been chronicling the 1974 team coached by Ron Coleman. Great gathering last week. That was a lot of fun, Ward, and post-game party at the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club's Twin Cities event hall. You were there.
Yeah, I know a lot of those guys. They were somewhat younger than me, but I still remember when they played, and that was a great group, a great bunch of athletes, not just football.
I was impressed because I heard how late you left, and you still made it for Coach's Corner the next morning.
Drove straight up there.
All right, we're going to come back with our Wildcats Flashback, brought to you by Mavericks. They had the team, many of those 74 team members at Mavericks, on Thursday night, preceding last Friday's Wildcat victory. Our Wildcat Flashback feature right around the corner. We are on the SCG Hobby halftime show with the score: Cambria Heights 42, Homer Center nothing on the IRMC Renda Media Football.
Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar, and the club is proud to offer newly remodeled facilities for its many members. Voted best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County, the club features a large 3-acre fishing pond that is well-stocked and offers a shooting range that is open year-round. The club takes pride in hosting kid-friendly events and the annual fireworks display for the 4th of July. Inside, club members can enjoy a newly remodeled bar area, the perfect place to unwind and watch your favorite team. The Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club.
Let's go! Quick, Ken, we're getting higher and higher.
Almost as high as the closing fees on those mortgages we sold last month.
And we keep getting higher.
I know. Our closing costs are making us a fortune right now.
They sure are, but I meant we are getting higher towards the moon.
Hey, and the best thing is our customers can't find us up here.
Tired of closing costs and hidden fees going to the moon? Are you fed up with online mortgage companies treating you like an astronaut who doesn't have problems with things going higher and higher? Refinancing or purchasing a new home? InFirst Bank is here for you. They've been the trusted local mortgage lender for over 100 years. They won't surprise you with increased closing costs or hidden fees, only personalized service. They'll work with you every step of the way to get you into the home of your dreams. InFirst Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
InFirst Bank, here for you since 1922.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a Trusted Choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
More choices and more savings at Walbeck Insurance. 479-9378. 479-9378.
So what sets S&T apart from other financial institutions is that they are visionary. Now, we understand that it is partially about the numbers, but they know it's not just about the numbers. It's about the management team, it's about the strategic and business plan, it's about how the team is going to execute on that. In short, S&T gets it. Quite honestly, we couldn't have done it without S&T.
The Rembrandt Club, a proud sponsor of Cambria Heights Athletics, wishes the Highlanders the best of luck tonight and this season. The Rembrandt Club has a long tradition of supporting the Cambria Heights School District, student athletes, cheerleading, and band organizations. The club says mark your calendars for November 27th. It's the club's annual bear hunt. Hunters can register for free. Food, prizes, and fun for all. Find more information on Facebook. Good luck, CH, from everyone at the Rembrandt Club.
Don't
miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
We welcome you back to our SCG Hobby Halftime Show, and it's time for Wildcats Flashback, presented by Mavericks. Food, drinks, and fun await you at Mavericks, Greenville Road in Indiana. Coach Ron Coleman joining us as we've chronicled the great 1974 team all season long, many of them back in town last weekend for the big reunion. A lot of fun.
Oh, it was a great deal of fun. Really enjoyed seeing all the guys, and brought back an awful lot of memories.
Well, let's test your memory. On October 11th, this same date 50 years ago, you were 5-0 after defeating Conemaugh Valley. You hosted Somerset, a larger school. You won 32-14, but you weren't happy. You accused your team of looking ahead to Blairsville. That doesn't sound like you being unhappy as a coach.
We played what I literally summed up as a very unenthusiastic football game. We took control of the game pretty early, but then we seemed to lose momentum in the second quarter. In fact, I was so upset that we brought the regulars back out, even though we had a big lead, and allowed them to play a little bit in the third quarter, and they responded pretty positively. So I think we got back on track, and then we took them off the field early in the third quarter. And then from then on, it was pretty much just give and take to finish the game.
Coach, you were known as a great motivator, and you were also known in Wildcat lore of doing some crazy things to motivate teams. So we'll go off script from this game. Does anything stick out in your mind that where you really went off the rail on a team, or is there too many to mention?
I know one incident that we had, and I can't recall the game. I know it was that year, is we put Andy and Robin in the backfield to try to score an extra point. And they had been asking me throughout the year, clear back to the early practices. So we stuck them in running back. They failed to score, by the way, and they never lived it down.
In what way?
That was a chance of a lifetime for those two guys to punch one in, and I think they ended up with minus yardage, as a matter of fact.
What about when you were upset at a team? Did you ever call them in on a Saturday or do anything to get their attention?
No, I don't think I ever had any real problem getting their attention, no matter what.
Ron Coleman, as we chronicle the great 1974 team, Wildcat Flashback brought to you by Mavericks. Food, drinks, and fun. The Wildcats football on Friday nights, too, on Renda Digital TV, Greenville Road in Indiana. Coach, this is a lot of fun. We'll talk to you again next week.
Okay, I'm looking forward to it.
And our SCG Hobby Halftime Show will continue with a recap of the first half right here on the Renda Media Football Network, presented by IRMC.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
I'm Senator Joe Pittman. From Indiana to Westmoreland and Jefferson to Armstrong counties, I'm dedicated to supporting every student in the 41st District. As Senate Majority Leader, I'm committed to ensuring our kids have the opportunities they deserve, whether it's excelling in athletics or engaging in extracurricular activities or achieving academic excellence. Together, we're building a strong foundation for our children's future. I appreciate your support and encourage you to vote, whether by mail or in person, on election.
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowd?
Renda Digital TV is Indiana County's leading live stream service. Our team of dedicated producers and on-air personalities work hard to bring you network-level event and sports coverage to your fingertips. And if you can't make it, every live stream is archived, so you never miss a minute. And for you IUP football fans, Renda Digital TV is the exclusive home of Hawk Talk, airing every Monday during the season. Subscribe to Renda Digital TV for free today.
SCG Hobby. It's in the name. Sports cards, comics, gaming, and more. Speaking of more, they also have a huge selection of Legos, board games, Dungeons & Dragons, and Warhammer. Whatever you fancy, they've got you covered. Come join the SCG family for fun events and tournaments nightly, including Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and more. Dive into a world of sports and fantasy at the SCG Hobby nearest you, with locations in Indiana, Latrobe, Altoona, and North Huntington. Find out more by logging into scghobby.com.
Nothing on our SCG Hobby halftime show. All Cambria Heights, 4 touchdowns in the first quarter, 2 in the second quarter. We're going to recap it for you this way by stringing together all of the Highlanders' touchdowns. Here we go. And taking the handoff and darting through an opening and breaking into the secondary and running with the football, Stephen Nealon for the end zone, and he's going to take it 55 yards for a touchdown, and the Wildcats are victimized on a long play of 20 yards or more for the 21st time this season, and the Highlanders jump out in front 6-0. They go empty with the wing left, now a motion man, and they give it on inside. That's going to be a pass to the 40, to the 30, and running for a touchdown is Marshall Eckenrode, as he takes that little flip from the quarterback, Isaac Weiland, and that's a touchdown pass covering 52 yards. Throws a pass out in the flat to Nealon down the left sideline, 20, 15, 10, and another touchdown for the Cambria Heights Highlanders. Not a lot of white shirts wore it in the way, and he takes it the distance for a touchdown with 1:29 left in the first quarter. It's now 20-0, 33-yard pass play. Around to pass through the hands, deflected and intercepted, and taking it to the house for the Cambria Heights Highlanders. It was Luke Mulraney, his second interception of the season, and this one goes the distance on the deflected pass, and with 38.6 seconds left in the first quarter, wow, it's now 27-0 Highlanders. And they give it to Tribus, and Tribus into the secondary. One player touched him, and he's going to take it the distance, 52 yards for a touchdown. And Cambria Heights just like knife through soft butter right now. It's 34-0. I don't know how else to describe it, Ward. It's just that easy for them. And with 10:55 left in the first half, we're a point away from heading to the mercy rule. 2nd and 9, and coming near side Eckenrode, and he's going to bounce it out and into the end zone for a touchdown, covering 19 yards. And Cambria Heights is in the 40s. It's 41-0 with 5:25 left in the first half. And 42-0 after Abrams' extra point, and that's where we are at. We'll be in the mercy rule the entire second half as the Cambria Heights Highlanders marching band performs here on this beautiful week number 8 of our high school's IRMC Sports Nights. Ward Hilliard will check the first half stats when we return on our SCG Hobby halftime show with the score Highlanders 42, Wildcats nothing on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
When it comes to screen printing and promotional items, nobody does it better than S&S Screen Printing of Indiana. Stop in and check out how S&S Screen Printing can help your business, school, or booster club grow with a full line of apparel and promotional items. Or visit them online and see the full lineup at snscreenprinting.net. snscreenprinting.net. Yes, snscreenprinting.net. S&S Screen Printing, 1200 School Street in Indiana. At S&S Screen Printing, they do it right here.
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office,
You receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
R4H, this is Ben.
R4H is here when you need us. R4H provides transportation 7 days a week, including holidays. We offer local and long-distance transportation for ambulatory clients, as well as those who require a wheelchair, gurney chair, or stretcher van. We provide transportation to medical appointments as well as social and holiday events. We take pride in providing quality care and professional services to all of our clients. Exciting news! R4H is now certified to provide CPR, first aid, and AED classes to our local community. Due to our rapid growth and increasing need for our services, R4H is looking to expand our team. If you are interested in joining our team as a driver, apply online at rider4h.com or scan the QR code located at the bottom of this ad. Full-time, part-time, and casual positions are available in many locations. R4H Medical Transportation is an equal opportunity employer.
As always, because of you, we are R4H.
Twin Cities Event Hall is the perfect place to host your next special occasion. The event hall is located on the grounds of the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, featuring an air-conditioned banquet room that comfortably seats 200, a beverage bar, a stage, refurbished hardwood dance floor, and a new kitchen that is caterer-friendly. The event hall has added a new outdoor stage, too, that's perfect for weddings, anniversary parties, or any special occasion. The Twin Cities Event Hall is now accepting bookings into 2025. Find them on Facebook or call 724-541-3683.
Looking for unbeatable savings on TV and internet? Bundle and save with Dish TV and HughesNet satellite internet. Now you can get $5 off each bill and lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Dish TV packages start at just $84.99 a month, and HughesNet plans begin at $59.99 a month. Call SeaWorld Satellites today at 724-463-3200 and start saving. SeaWorld Satellites, your one-stop shop for TV and internet savings.
All right, 42-0 Highlanders over the Wildcats. Ward, let's take a look at those lopsided stats as quickly as we can.
Yeah, for Cambria Heights, Klein had 5 carries, 27 yards. Jasper 1 for 5 yards. Neelan 4 for 68, including a touchdown. Weimert had 2 for 3. Tribus had 5 for 68 and the touchdown. Mulroney had 3 for 9. Snyder 1 for 3, and Eckenrod 5 for 70 and 1 touchdown. The rushing totals: 26 attempts, 241 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Through the air, they were 2 of 3, 85 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 241 on the ground, 85 through the air, 326 yards, which probably eclipses anything the Wildcats have done all season long. For Homer Center.
You're wrong about that because they had 379 last week, but go ahead.
I'm sorry. Faluchik, 1 carry, 5 yards. They needed to give him the ball more. 5 carries for Aron, -10. 6 attempts, -5. Rushing yards through the air, 4 of 15. With 3 interceptions, 21 through the air, -5 on the ground, 16 total offensive yards for Homer Center.
42-0 our score. We'll check the out-of-town scoreboard when our SCG Hobby Halftime Show continues, and we'll be set for the second half kickoff as well, right here on the RMC Renda Media Football Network.
MarionCenterBank.com. Looking for a bank that's rooted in your community? Looking for a bank that has all the latest options that a hometown bank should have? For personal and business banking, home loans and student loans, and fraud protection that's state-of-the-art, trust Marion Center Bank. With locations servicing Indiana, Armstrong, and Cambria counties. Struggling with student loan applications and decisions? Now is the perfect time to inquire about student loans at Marion Center Bank. MarionCenterBank.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
Ready for your next adventure? With Repine Travel, unforgettable memories are just around the corner. November 10th to 16th, immerse yourself in the excitement of Branson, Missouri. Or get swept up in the holiday magic of New York City, December 8th to 10th. And mark your calendars for October 2025. Set sail on a no-fly Islands in the Bahamas cruise aboard the luxurious Symphony of the Seas. Relax and explore the islands like never before. A big thank you to everyone who voted Repine Travel the best travel agency in the best of Indiana County. Book now with
Halftime, Portage Purchase Line scoreless. United Valley 7, Penns Manor nothing. Northern Cambria being tested by Conemaugh Township 13-7 at the half. 26-0 in the battle of the winless teams. The Blue Jays of Conemaugh Valley all over West Shamokin Ward.
Yeah, they got a little jump start playing Homer last week. They got a little bit of momentum going.
Well, who did? No, actually, Conemaugh Valley's winning that game. West Shamokin, of course, lost at Homer Center last. It was West Shamokin.
West Shamokin, that's right, a week before, I'm thinking.
River Valley Marion Center tied at 14 apiece. West Mifflin 37-0 over Indiana. Well, Indiana has not played a team over 500 yet, and they won't the rest of the season. That's incredible. But they're getting killed.
And that River Valley game's pretty impressive.
Yeah, we expected that one to be tight. And kick is a good one by Brady Frazier, and it's taken by Nolan Clausen, talented freshman. And he's out over the 25 back to the 27 or 28 yard line. As that kick from Brady Frazier pushed him back near the goal line. Brady with that big leg, and he's only going to get better. Hey, a couple of hellos. Mr. Mace, it looks like. T. Mace watching from his porch. Well, nice night for that. Kim Cobaugh, greetings from Port St. Lucie. Go Wildcats. Rooting for Riley Cobaugh, who wears number 30. Thomas Orner watching the game tonight and asking about the Highlanders being a double-A team. They are the 4th largest school in the conference behind River Valley Marion Center and West Shamokin. 170 male students in grades 9 through 11. Wildcats, of course, Class A with an enrollment of about 103. So big discrepancy there. And Patton, Frodo, John, does that say? Go Cambria Heights. So appreciate the folks checking in with us. First play from scrimmage. On the carry, it was Harrison Snyder of the Cambria Heights Highlanders. And we are playing 10-minute quarters here, I take it, right? Or maybe even 8.
It looks like 8.
Wow, 8-minute quarters, okay. So we will be stressed to get in our commercial obligations here tonight.
And will the clock continue to run with that amount of time?
2nd down and 10 to go from the 28-yard line. Toss left, coming near side with the football, and up the left sideline as a flag flies, 40, 50, and with that football for the Highlanders, it was Camden Gray, but there's a penalty. They're going to mark it off. We'll step out. 6:15 clock momentarily stop. 42-0 Highlanders. Back in a minute on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Hey, sports fans in Elmora and beyond. This is a shout out from Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, your community hub for all things outdoors. Good luck to the Cambria Heights Highlanders football team this year. You've shown incredible dedication and skill on the field, and now it's time to take it to the next level. Highlanders, make Elmora proud. From your friends at Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, bring home that win. The Bakerton Rod and Gun Club, where community pride and sportsmanship come together. Go Highlanders!
Block in the back, they push it back, but it's still a first down, and the toss right again to Camden Gray around the right end to midfield, breaks a tackle and gets to about the Wildcat 45-yard line. On the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats, Gage Henry in there defensively. They mark it down at the 47, but fresh set of downs for the Highlanders, leading 42-0 with 5.5 minutes left. Apparently going to play 2 8-minute quarters in the second half. Homer Center will host Portage. Final home game at Memorial Field next Friday. It'll be senior night. We'll be on the air at 6:15. 1st and 10 Highlanders. They have a wingman to the right, Braden DeArmond, a sophomore. And the quarterback, as there's a motion penalty, and they give the football to DeArmond. And DeArmond fighting for yardage on his feet at the 35, 30, 25, 20, left sideline. And the Wildcats can't get him down before he gets into the end zone, but it's not going to matter. It's going to come back on a motion penalty on the Highlanders, and too bad for DeArmond, who had a pretty nifty run. Well, we hate to do it, but we got to step out again, take care of business with this shortened second half. 42-0 Highlanders on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
What's the most popular 5-passenger SUV in central Pennsylvania? That's an easy one. It's the Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, of course. You see them everywhere. I mean everywhere. And why not? It's by far the greatest value on the market. With more standard features than most, great fuel economy, and the best warranty on the planet, buying a new Outlander Sport's an easy choice above all others. You gotta have one. Get your best Mitsubishi deal today at the Mitsubishi Giant.
5-star Mitsubishi Altoona. It doesn't get better than this.
Five-yard mark-off wipes off a touchdown from DeArmond, so it'll be 1st and 15. Highlanders back in their own territory at their own 48-yard line. And Ivory under center and handing it off and running with the footballs. Camden Gray again back into Wildcat territory to about the 44-yard line. Defensively for Homer Center, it was Zeke Butterly and also Carter Henry on the stop, a freshman for Homer Center. But a good positive gain after that 5-yard penalty. They get that back +3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 after the 8-yard Gray run.
Good opportunity for these kids. These are younger players, but they practice all week with the varsity, and they get their opportunities here. So a chance to show the coaching staff what they have.
I think that is James Holtz at center. Toss left. Gray again with the football to the 40, 35, 30, 25, dragged out of bounds near side by the Homer Center Wildcats, Tavius Skillings. Tavius, I understand, got tangled up with Braden Dunn at practice on Wednesday, and that's what knocked Homer Center's outstanding senior out of the lineup. Not that I'm blaming Tavius in any way. Could have been anybody, but just a little bit of a collision. Braden was up here in the press box, says he's feeling better, and it'd be nice to have him come back for the final 2 games of his career.
Yep, I'm sure he wants to, and if it's all possible, he'll be there.
Harrison Snyder split backs along with Gray behind Ivory, and they hand it off, and running with the football inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line is Harrison Snyder, the 5'10", 130-pound freshman. I think that was Riley Cobaugh in there defensively for Homer Center, or was it 20, perhaps Tavius Skillings on that tackle? Yeah, Skillings, 20, not 30. 2.5 left in the third quarter, 42-0. Highlanders at the Wildcat 13-yard line. Window dressing receiver to the left boundary for the Highlanders. Split backs behind the quarterback, Ivory. And he's going to keep it around the right end, and he's going to have an easy trip to the end zone as a flag flies, and maybe holding going to be called on the Highlanders as somebody was holding a block a little bit too long, and really it wasn't necessary because Ivory was going to take that one in easily from the 13, but as a result of that hold, it's going to be wiped off as we get a replay. Dowds of Plumville and Greensburg brings you our replay, so they faked the handoff and running naked right. No, he wasn't naked. I mean, he was in uniform, Caden Ivory. But a holding penalty
Yeah, that block
he was
was
streaking
right out,
around the right sideward.
Oh, that's clever.
So they back it up. Penalty was at about the 1 yard line, so it's, actually at the 4 yard line. They back it up to the 14. First and 10. First and 11, actually, from the 14. And they give up the middle, and let's see who that was. 36, Harrison Snyder on the carry. Tackled by Homer Center's Hayden Bentz. They put it down at about the 10-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 7. They can get up a first down at the 3. Final 80 seconds of this third quarter, 42-0. Highlanders will be covering Cambria Heights in the playoffs. The District 6 playoffs start Friday, November 1st on Renda Digital TV. Ivory under center. Luke Holtz, one of the linemen in there. And they give it to Harrison Snyder fighting for the goal line, and he's going to be inside the 1 yard line. And they are that close to tacking on another touchdown. On the tackle, Zeke Butterly being announced. We'll go with that. With 35 seconds left in the quarter, they will have to run another play. 22 on the play clock, 28 on the game clock. Cooling off a little bit, probably a lot cooler on the Homer Center sideline, WA.
I would think so, yes.
First and goal at the 1. Caden Ivory under center. Turns, hands it off. That's untouched into the end zone for Harrison Snyder. And a Cambria Heights touchdown to make it 48-0. Now they do have a backup kicker. Let's see if they use Nito Cutruff, a sophomore who's 3 for 4 on PATs, and he has a field goal to his credit. It will be Cutruff in for the extra point with 4.5 seconds left in the quarter, which works out nicely from a commercial standpoint because we will get the commercial break and then one at the end of the quarter. See, Ward, I'm always thinking ahead, taking care of business.
You're just something. Just something.
Cutruff, right-footed soccer-style kicker, just like Abrams. And like Abrams, he has a pretty good leg, does he not? He drills that extra point to make it 49-0. With 4.5 seconds left in the third quarter, being presented by SeaWorld Satellites. We'll have a Highlanders kickoff after this on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
At IRMC, we have all of the necessary pieces in place to perform complex operations, including highly skilled and specially trained surgeons, their support team of experts, and advanced technology like the Da Vinci robotic surgical system. As a result, patients spend less time in the hospital, recover faster, and get treated close to home. So there's no reason to puzzle over where you should get your surgical care. The answer is right here at IRMC.
Greyston Coral Sportsman's Club continues to soar, and the club is proud to offer newly remodeled facilities for its many members. Voted best social and sportsman's club in Indiana County, the club features a large 3-acre fishing pond that is well stocked and offers a shooting range that is open year-round. The club takes pride in hosting kid-friendly events and the annual fireworks display for the 4th of July. Inside, club members can enjoy a newly remodeled bar area, the perfect place to unwind and watch your favorite team. The Greyston Coral Sportsman's Club. Go!
Let's go!
Drive summary, 11 plays, 72 yards. It took almost the entire shortened third quarter of 8 minutes. 7 minutes and 56 seconds. Cutruff's kickoff taken at the 16 and fumbled and picked up, and going down was Tavius Skillings. So the Wildcats kick return men have had some trouble. They get the ball and they fumble it off there.
They can't hang on, and the trouble there is you're looking at the people coming down.
And that is the end of the third quarter. The Wildcats did not run a play as Cambria Heights possessed it the entire 8 minutes practically. It's 49-0 heading to the fourth, thanks to SeaWorld Satellites for presenting the third quarter. Fourth quarter action in a minute on the IRMC Run to Media Football.
Hi, I'm Eric Brocious. Many of you know me as a high school teacher and a coach. What you didn't know, though, is I'm also a businessman, owner of EMB Computing. I'd like to invite you to our new state-of-the-art facility to see our line of computers, laptops, iPads, MacBooks, and accessories. If you're a business owner, we'll assist you with your networks, servers, workstations, printers, and even your business phone systems. We are located at 57 North 11th Street in Indiana, or you can find us on the web at embcomputing.com. We are your technology specialists.
Homer City American Legion Post 493, a longtime backer of Homer Center Athletics, is pleased to be a part of today's broadcast and wishes the best of luck to the Homer Center Wildcats this season. Homer City American Legion Post 493 has served Homer City and our veterans for more than half a century. They are a staple of the community and believe in giving back. So have fun today, teams. Represent your communities well from your friends at the Homer City American Legion Post 493.
Cambria Heights 49-0. First play handoff to Homer Center's Sean Voluchik, and he's dragged down by sophomore Logan Morena for a 1-yard loss. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Had a little hole there, but just wasn't able to get to it quickly enough. And the second unit of Cambria Heights gets after the ball too.
Drew Fisher in at quarterback. He was effective against River Valley in a relief role, never quarterbacking before. And he hands it off, and no running room at all for Homer Center's Carter Henry. Defensively for Cambria Heights, I think making that tackle was 23 Nolan Clausen, a freshman who gets a lot of playing time with the varsity, and Nolan's going to come out right now. Get a good close-up shot on Renda Digital TV, courtesy of Chris Yonner, our sideline reporter. We'll be following these Highlanders in the playoffs on Renda Digital TV. Had a big, great time with them last year, all the way to Williamsport. Not for baseball, for the Piattaway football quarterfinals. Unfortunately, they came up short that night against a good South Williamsport team. Low snap, and Drew Fisher going to be tackled for a loss as he tried getting to the left edge, and he couldn't do it, as defensively trying to get the spot on the number. I think that was number 9, Camden Gray, on the tackle, and the Wildcats are going to have to punt it away.
They don't miss tackles. That Camden Gray came up, wrapped them. That's textbook.
Standing at his own 1-yard line, sophomore punter Brady Frazier. Back deep is Braden DeArmit, who had a touchdown run wiped away. Low line drive, end over end kick, but an effective roll. And Cambria Heights will start at their own 48-yard line. I hate to do it, but we're going to have a media timeout with 5:35 remaining in the football game. It's 49-0 Cambria Heights over the Homer Center Wildcats on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your local Erie agent is William G. Meckling Insurance Agency. Get a quote at 724-465-4261 or visit mecklinginsurance.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Dan in a van hasn't returned your call? Chuck in a truck can't get there for 2 months? Stop dealing with fly-by-nighters and call a company that's fully capable for all your plumbing and heating needs. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated is on call 24/7, 365 days a year. Visit us at joyceplumbing.com. That's joyceplumbing.com. Joyce Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Incorporated, the best place in town to take a leak. PA 042115.
Save up to $12,000 on a new F-150
United Valley
at
14,
Luther
Penns
Ford.
Manor,
At
nothing.
Luther Ford, buy a new 2024 F-150.
No updates anywhere else. Purchase Line and Portage were scoreless at the half. Many of those other games probably still in progress in the third quarter. 5:28 remaining here. It's 49-0 Heights, and they have the ball at their own 49-yard line. And Ivory turns and hands it off. See who has that football for the Highlanders. New runner in there is Logan Morena, a sophomore. Saw a couple of junior high players the other day here, Ward, and I asked what their record was, and they were just 2-3. So that surprised me a little bit.
Yeah, but you never know.
Gain of 2 into Homer Center territory to the 49. JV game here, both sides. And what a class act Jared Lewis is, the way he handled this. And he, I think, realized that the Wildcats were a little bit, not a little bit, a lot wounded here, just outmanned by this Cambria Heights team. There's a run from the 49 to the 39. Morena again on the carry.
Yeah, that was a good deal. There's no gain in beating a team worse than you're already doing, and he and Greg are coaching compadres, so came to disagreement. This is the first time we've seen this. We did see the 10-minute halves. So.
Nate Doherty on that tackle, by the way. Since they joined the Heritage Conference, Cambria Heights, they will now move to 5-0 against Homer Center. First 4 meetings largely competitive, even a playoff game a couple of years ago. Handoff, and with the football dead, well, let's see. Oh, it was David Warner. Yep, number 8. My eyes did not deceive me for a change. And short gain to the 37-yard line. Played twice in 2022. First game was 31-12, but in the playoffs, Homer Center with backup quarterback, third stringer actually, it was 21-7. That game was right here at Cambria Heights. Last year, 23-14 at Memorial Field. This night, much, much different. Largest margin of victory, I'll give it to you after this play. As Cambria Heights scores on this drive, it will be the largest margin of victory in the series. David Warner again, Warner on the carry to the Homer Center 34-yard line. Largest margin of victory for Homer Center was 52 points in 1968, a 52-0 victory. For Cambria Heights, 20 points, the largest margin of victory, and that came back in 1960, 20-0. But this one going to break that record for the Highlanders. And they give it, and is that Warner again on the carry? Let's see. It is. Nate Doherty on the tackle for the Homer Center Wildcats as we are down to 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Football at the 30-yard line, and a 4th and 1 for the Highlanders. They check in 2 players. Logan Ivory, a freshman, listed as a backup quarterback and cornerback, and also Carter Orose, a freshman. And it will be Logan Ivory at quarterback. I'm assuming younger brother of Caden. And he turns and hands it off, and I think the Wildcats stopped them. Yeah, he did. So the Wildcats will take over with 1:35 remaining. We'll come back to wrap this game up when we continue on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network. 49-0 Highlanders.
Save up to $12,000 on a new F-150 at Luther Ford. At Luther Ford, buy a new 2024 F-150 4x4 XLT Super Crew Full Hybrid and save up to $12,000. Or buy a new 2024 Ford F-150 Super Duty 4x4 XLT Super Crew and save up to $8,000. Wow! And everyone qualifies. Luther Ford with 2 locations and twice the inventory. The savings are huge. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and Admiral Perry Highway, Evansburg.
10 Homer Center at their own 30-yard line with 1:18 remaining, and Drew Fisher takes the shotgun snap and hands it off, and around the right end goes little Carter Henry, and he has some running room out near the 40-yard line. Good effort by the 5'5", 121-pound freshman.
Looked like a little water bug out there. He skirted around the outside, picked up 8 yards. Biggest gain for the night on the ground for Homer Center.
You saw some water in Florida, didn't you? Boy,
just a tad.
Prayers go out to all of those people. Our radio staff in the Fort Myers, Naples area, the stations were not damaged and all the employees are safe, so we're thankful for that. Handoff, and again it's Henry down to 30 seconds, and I don't think the Wildcats will have to run another play if they don't wish to, and they're going to try and get one more off. Remember, against River Valley, they scored a touchdown on the final play with the quarterback Drew Fisher, and Henry going to be tackled for a loss, and that will be the final play of the game. All Cambria Heights here tonight. They win at 49-0. Stay with us for our first Commonwealth Bank post-game show, including interviews with both coaches when we continue right here on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
I've always been a very hard worker, and I thought that there was something that smart people that work hard could do differently with the money that you've worked so hard to earn. I consulted First Commonwealth Bank. They said, absolutely there is. And then they called us with a program that was directly suited for us. I've been able to enjoy what I've worked a lifetime to create. And I've done all that with the help of First Commonwealth Bank.
Hi, this is State Representative Jim Struzzi, and I'm proud to serve the 62nd Legislative District. We take pride in our communities, and I'm proud to support our area teams and all our students, wishing them the best of luck this school year. As we approach this year's election, I encourage you to make your voice heard, whether by mail or on the polls at Election Day. I am grateful for your past support, proud of the progress we've made together, and even more excited about the future. The best is yet to come.
What sets one insurance agency apart from another? Building relationships. Hunt & Blues Insurance prides themselves on building strong, personal relationships with their clients. Hunt & Blues is an independent agency offering you choices to get you the best coverage at the best rate. When you buy insurance, whether it's for your home, car, business, life, or retirement, you want an agency working in your best interest. And that's Hunt & Blues Insurance, 2 locations, Indiana and Johnstown.
Great food and fun? And you want to go to the hidden dive where all the locals eat? Around these parts, that's Mavericks. Pick your favorites from the jukebox, grab a cold one at the bar, and rack up a round of 8-ball. They've got a new one-page menu that covers it all. Appetizers, burgers, sandwiches, salads, and the best wings. Period. Everything is prepared better than you expect. Minutes from anywhere in Homer City, right off 119. Mavericks, drinks, sports, food. Make us proud, Wildcats. You got it.
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
The Twin Cities Event Hall is the perfect place to host your next special occasion. The event hall is located on the grounds of the Grayston Coral Sportsman's Club, featuring an air-conditioned banquet room that comfortably seats 200, a beverage bar, a stage, refurbished hardwood dance floor, and a new kitchen that is caterer-friendly. The event hall has added a new outdoor stage, too, that's perfect for weddings, anniversary parties, or any special occasion. The Twin Cities Event Hall is now accepting bookings into 2025. Find them on Facebook or call 724-541-3683.
To be a champion, you need to have teamwork, great skills, good conditioning, and above all, you need to stay healthy. But if injury occurs, you need a team of specialists that can get you back in the game. Indiana Total Therapy has been helping area athletes for years. Indiana Total Therapy, with 3 locations, IRMC at Chestnut Ridge in Blairsville, Shelley Drive in Indiana, and at the Human Motion Institute on the campus of IRMC. ITT, the best in our field, and voted Best Physical Therapy in the Best of Indiana County contest.
Hi, my name is Zachary, and this is the bus that I take to school every day. It's a Smith bus. We have a really fun bus driver, and guess what? Smith Bus Company is hiring new bus drivers.
That's right. Smith Bus Company is hiring positions for full and part-time drivers and driver's assistants. They provide transportation for 6 area school districts, and they're proud of the work they do. Apply now at smithbusco.com, equal opportunity employer.
All right, Michael, we'll save the radio replays for now because Coach Jared Lewis is ready. Michael, if you're ready to record it for Coach's Corner tomorrow morning, too, you can let me know in the headset. We are good to go, so we're going to ship it right down to the field after this 49-0 whitewash, the 4th shutout of the season for the Cambria Heights Highlanders. Ward, down to you.
I'm here with Coach Jared Lewis on Coach's. And, Coach, not much you can say negatively about the way your team performed tonight.
Yeah, I thought we played well. I mean, the Homer Center is, they come in a little bit banged up, unfortunately, but you know what? They played hard. Like I said, I think Greg Page and his staff, I think they're second to none. Fantastic. I mean, they were prepared, ready to go. We just played well tonight and had some fortunate, got our hands on some balls and had some interceptions there. So we played pretty well tonight.
Yeah, your running backs, you've got a whole stable of them, do you not?
We do. We're fortunate. We have a lot of players that, when they touch the ball, they make things happen, and we're just trying to get them the ball, keep them fresh as can be, and just a great job. I thought the offensive line played well tonight too. At times, we were a little bit passive on the offensive line, so we got to get a little tougher there. But I like the way the guys come in and continue to our standard of play.
Well, you had 3 picks there in the first half, and I guess you guys were kind of preparing for Homer Center to throw the football.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we got him in some situations where it was 2nd and 3rd and long, and, our DBs went for the ball and made some nice plays. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I thought that they had a nice game plan. We just were able to get some pressure, and, they did keep our, they did keep some of our rush at bay, which credit to them.
Well, the one thing that was important, I'm sure to you too, was the fact that you didn't get anybody hurt, and that's always a big thing when you have a big win like this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I thought some of the younger guys come in and played well today. We're going to be looking at a lot of these guys to play some serious minutes for us next year, so I was proud of the way they came in and represented. But you know what? We just want to see these guys play hard and learn the standard that these seniors have set. I mean, next week already, I can't believe it that it's senior night, but these guys are a special group and just a special team this year. We're very fortunate.
Well, I'll tell you what, you guys, you and Coach Page came up with an agreement here in the second half, and I thought it was a class act on both of your parts to go with an 8-minute quarter.
Yeah, I mean, hey, we just wanted to, we both wanted to get out of here healthy, and like I said, I can't say enough about Coach Page. I got more respect for him than anybody, just a great guy, and, he runs his program the right way, and hopefully we do ours as well.
Well, I'm going to wish you luck because we're going to be around you guys following you the rest of the season. I hope that goes deep into the playoffs, and maybe we'll see you down there at one of the taverns.
Hey, that sounds good. We appreciate you guys covering us and everything you guys do for us, and, we'll be lucky to have you guys.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for the time.
Hey, thank you.
That's Ward Hilliard with Jared Lewis of the Cambria Heights Highlanders, and we're going to try to keep it down with Ward and get to Coach Page here in a moment. 49-0 as Cambria Heights wins it over the Homer Center Wildcats to improve to 8-0. Jared Lewis in his 14th season, longest tenured coach in school history. Bill Shortencarrier from 73 to 80 and David Caldwell from 90 to 98. Both had 8-year stints. Shortencarrier and Caldwell won 72 combined games in their coaching careers, and Lewis already has racked up his 82nd. We'll be sending it down to, well, actually, Coach is up here, so we're going to just do it up here. We were going to make it easy on Coach Page, but we'll have him up here in the booth. Chris Yonner, you can hustle back up here, and we'll have you on our first Commonwealth Bank postgame show with head coach Greg Page. 49-0 Highlanders on the IRMC Renda Media.
Every year, we go on a search for great snacks or treats. Children enjoy more than just candy on Halloween. The best sources of calcium are milk, yogurt, and cheese. Kids like us love string cheese because it's tasty and fun to pull, twist, and eat. And parents love string cheese because it's rich in calcium, whatever that is. So give us kids the fun and goodness we are looking for. Make it a very dairy Halloween. A message from Allied Milk Producers.
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
We're the lifeblood of the community.
It's so much more than just a job.
So good patient care is providing top quality care, but also in a timely fashion.
They don't need to go to Pittsburgh for that. They can stay right here in their backyard.
So when a patient walks into your office, you receive them as your family member.
A patient leaves my office feeling heard.
And the focus truly is on what will get us our best patient outcome.
Luxembourg's Jewelers would like to let the community know that due to unfortunate flooding circumstances at their downtown location, they have temporarily moved their inventory to their Indiana Mall store. Elegance and affordability like never before at Luxembourg's overflowing Indiana Mall location. Now is the perfect time to take advantage of Luxembourg's store-wide sale. So if you're looking for breathtaking engagement rings or searching for a stunning Christmas gift, there's no need to wait. Now is the time to visit the store-wide sale at Luxembourg's Jewelers Indiana Mall location.
At Grand Beginnings Children's Center, their focus is on growing and teaching children to be the best they can be. They know children need education, inclusion, and safety. Grand Beginnings has a mission to provide a warm and nurturing environment in which each child can grow physically, emotionally, socially, intellectually, and spiritually. Grand Beginnings Children's Center with 2 locations in Indiana, teaching children to shine since 1991. Call 724-463-1819. Find them at grandbeginnings.net.
Back with you on our first Commonwealth Bank post-game show as we are in the press box with head coach Greg Page. And, Coach, you knew you had a tall order this evening against the undefeated Highlanders. We talked yesterday for the pregame show that they are as advertised, and you saw it up close and personal here tonight, right?
We did. I mean, credit goes to them. They played well. They're a really good football team, but it was embarrassing. I mean, it was just flat-out embarrassing. You know, you got they're running standard plays, and we can't get guys to fill a gap and put shoulders in, and you know, we drop balls or we mess up routes or blocking assignments. It's just embarrassing. I mean, I give them credit. They were ready to play. You know, we won 2 in a row. I thought for our psyche that we had some momentum, but obviously I did not get us ready to play nearly well enough, and they showed mercy. I credit Jared. You know, we talked a little bit at halftime, and, you know, that's what class acts do, and we were able to get out of here with minimal damage.
Well, second week in a row, they held a team to negative rushing yards. As a matter of fact, they matched last week's number against Conemaugh Township. They were -9. You were -9 here tonight. Of course, some sacks and that type of thing hurt you. And they're just so big and strong up front and just outmanned you.
They are, but you know what? I told our guys at halftime or maybe late first half, other than Jasper and a couple of their linemen up front, they're not physically imposing, but they're good, tough football players. They you know, they execute their assignments, especially defensively, and they are aggressive. They're going to bring pressure. You know, I did not want to run the ball a whole lot tonight, especially without Braden. And I, planned on passing like we did try to pass, and that's a chance you take because it slows the game down, and if you're not successful,
22 seconds, 3 and out.
Yeah. You don't take a lot of time off. But I felt like that was our only chance to get any momentum was to be able to throw the ball. Had a couple guys open, made a couple mistakes, had a drop for a tip for a pick six. I mean, it just didn't go our way. So in those situations, going up against a group of guys like this, you have to have everything go your way, and obviously nothing did.
And they are difficult to defend from the standpoint that they have 3, 4, 5 guys that they can go to that they're very similar in stature and the way they, a couple of guys maybe with more speed, of course, with Stephen Nealon and Tribus, but just a lot to worry about.
It is, and they really didn't throw the ball either. The one throw they think they made, I could be wrong if they maybe threw another
a little
one.
shuffle pass.
Yeah, it was a play that we run. We run it, we get 2 yards. They run it, and we whiff, and they get a block on our guy, and he goes 40 yards. I mean, that's the difference. So maybe that's me. And we're just not, because we tried those plays. And we've been executing those since early summer, and I'm not going to blame the kids. Obviously, I need to do better with that, but you can see their level of execution with their talent versus how we have executed too.
I didn't mean it to be critical, but one of the plays I described, a long run, long touchdown, is knife through soft butter because it was just.
I don't think he got touched.
Yeah, and
it was one. No disrespect, but it wasn't one of their speedsters either.
Right.
If it's a play I'm thinking of, it's a good hard running back, but again.
So, what would you? Is it alignment? Is it wheel? Because you would hope week 8, maybe some of those errors, if you will, are being corrected, even against great ball clubs.
Yeah, I mean, we got to actually go and look at it. We have the iPad, and you can look at it briefly after the play. Sometimes it's alignment or guys going to the wrong gap. I really honestly attribute a lot of it to want to. But then, it's tough. I mean, they're executing. They got guys. Sometimes they're bringing 2, 3 extra guys to the hole, and but I don't fault Tony. I mean, I think Tony's had some good schemes, especially of late. Since we had the River Valley debacle, we really buckled down and tried to do some things where gap sound even more, because that's always been our MO, is to be gap sound, but then bring in a little more with some stunts and blitzes. And I don't have a direct answer for you there, or one that I would probably care to say on air.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to say anything. There are 2 or 3.
I'm not faulting you. I don't blame you for questioning me, because it happened too many times tonight.
Then there are 2 or 3 kids you can see that put out max effort, and they do have that 1-2. It's just you're not seeing 11, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Not at the same time. Our kids, the kids that have been playing are gutting it out. I mean, obviously we're shorthanded. I hate to keep using that excuse, because we still feel like we're putting quality kids out there, and it's not all 11 guys on the defensive side. It runs its course, and you have different guys that maybe don't make a play on a certain play coming their way, but other times they do. It needs to be 9, 10, 11 guys every time, especially if they're running the ball off tackle or even just a toss. I mean, it's just but again, I'll take it. It's on me. I orchestrate everything. I mean, I set everything up with how we do things each and every day. I felt like we've been paying good attention to detail. They exposed us big time tonight.
Well, one thing for sure, with all of the injuries, to deflect a little bit of the blame that you're taking, is just pretty impossible, frankly, to have any continuity when you have guys in and out of the lineup and injured and missing a week or 2 and then back and different ones are out. Yeah. It doesn't make the job any easier.
It doesn't, but I don't know how long. I don't know how. If I was somebody on the outside, I wouldn't keep harping on that. In regards to me or our staff, it's like we got to figure out a way to do things better, I guess. It's real, but it's also like, okay, how long are we going to keep? How long are we going to keep using that as an excuse internally for, as a staff and a team, when we got to put 11 guys out there? The other team don't care.
Yeah.
And you look back at the record 2 years from now or 5 years from now, nobody's going to say, well, they lost that game because they had 10 guys out. No one cares. I mean, you win the game or you lose the game, and it comes down to preparation and discipline and want to. And I can control a lot of those things. Obviously, I need to do better with it, because it was, like I said at the beginning, it was embarrassing.
2 more miles to go senior night next week at Portage, and a chance for your young team to hopefully regroup and take the proper steps and approach it the right way with an eye toward next year or 2.
Yeah, and I mean, I told our guys, we got two weeks left, and the seniors that are playing are the ones that are going to get to finish those 2 weeks. But for all of them, you want them to go out on a high note. That's one of the things that I was talking about there in our huddle at the end. Is like you got to come back and just give 2 weeks, pedal to the metal. I'd be disappointed if we have guys that don't do that, especially our seniors that are playing, because it's their last opportunity. And I know it's hard after a game like tonight, but you almost have to wake up tomorrow, hit erase, and like we did with River Valley.
Rinse it off.
Came back and with more of a purpose and got a couple games, and we got to try to repeat that with Portage and Township, and it won't be easy. I mean, you got two teams, two good programs. Township, from being 0-10 last year, really what I've seen on film impresses me that they've turned it. I know I think they're 3-4, but we're all playing tough teams and they're hanging in there and they're doing a nice job. And Portage is Portage. I mean, it's just they got tradition, and their scheme, especially offensively, is so sound it's hard to prepare for.
Any chance for Braden Dunn to return next week, or too early to tell?
It is too early to tell. Yeah, I'm hopeful. Yeah, that was that hurt us. I mean, was that the difference tonight? No. But we've had stuff with him where we've moved him to and everything, and we've had some good combinations there. And I feel for him. He's a good kid and has played hard this year. And you hope that he can get a chance with a couple games left, along with some other guys. Hopefully.
I did say Braden Dunn and not Christopher Reeves.
Yeah.
Coach, thanks for doing this.
You're welcome.
Superman would be helpful right now, that's for sure.
I do want to say one more time, I appreciate Jared and his staff and the officials, how we work things out for the second half. It's you can kick a guy when he's down, but they didn't do that. And tonight we were down, and that needs to be said more, because there's situations out there where that doesn't happen. But I knew he would. We're friends, and he's developed a real quality program. He's respected us, and I just had hoped we would give them a better game tonight. So I wish them well, and I know they're gonna get some home field advantage in the playoffs. And I'll be a fan of theirs.
He might be working. Contracts being drawn up right now. Coach Page, thanks for doing this.
Thank you guys very much.
Head Coach Greg Page and our first Commonwealth Bank postgame show will continue. We'll have the radio replays and wrap things up from Cambria Heights when we continue on the IRMC Renda Media Football Network.
Save up to $12,000 on a new F-150 at Luther Ford. At Luther Ford, buy a new 2024 F-150 4x4 XLT Super Crew full hybrid and save up to $12,000. Or buy a new 2024 Ford F-150 Super Duty 4x4 XLT Super Crew and save up to $8,000. Wow! And everyone qualifies. Luther Ford, with 2 locations and twice the inventory. The savings are huge. Luther Ford, Route 119, Homer City, and Admiral Perry Highway, Evansburg.
Don't miss the Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Whether you want to furnish one room or your entire home, you'll save big. Right now, buy one item at Dowd's special sale price and get a second item of equal or lesser value at half off. That's right, every other item at half off. Plus, get 1 year free financing. The Dowd 74th anniversary sale. Drive a little, save a lot. Dowd's of Plumville and Greensburg.
Doesn't your home deserve Dowds?
R4H, this is Ben.
R4H is here when you need us. R4H provides transportation 7 days a week, including holidays. We offer local and long-distance transportation for ambulatory clients, as well as those who require a wheelchair, gurney chair, or stretcher van. We provide transportation to medical appointments, as well as social and holiday events. We take pride in providing quality care and professional services to all of our clients. Exciting news! R4H is now certified to provide CPR, first aid, and AED classes to our local community. Due to our rapid growth and increasing need for our services, R4H is looking to expand our team. If you are interested in joining our team as a driver, apply online at rider4h.com or scan the QR code located at the bottom of this ad. Full-time, part-time, and casual positions are available in many locations. R4H Medical Transportation is an equal opportunity employer.
As always, because of you, we are R4H.
The Ream Miller VFW Post 7783 in St. Benedict, a longtime backer of Cambria Heights Athletics, is pleased to be a sponsor of Highlander football. Everyone at the VFW wishes the best of luck to the team, cheerleaders, band, and all the coaches this coming season. The Ream Miller Post exists to provide a place for veterans and their families to fellowship and believes in giving back to the community with thousands in donations during each year. Have fun this season, CH, from your friends at the VFW Post 778.
Thank you, Michael, and we're going to get to our radio replays. 49-0, Cambria Heights wins it, a game that was in the mercy rule in the first half. Of course, an agreement at halftime. They played 8-minute quarters in the second half, and the first quarter and first half all belonged to Cambria Heights with 4 touchdowns in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. Here's how they sounded on WCCS. And taking the handoff and darting through an opening and breaking into the secondary and running with the football, Stephen Nealon for the end zone, and he's going to take it 55 yards for a touchdown. And the Wildcats are victimized on a long play of 20 yards or more for the 21st time this season, and the Highlanders jump out in front 6-0. They go empty with the wing left, now a motion man, and they give it on inside. That's going to be a pass to the 40, to the 30, and running for a touchdown is Marshall Eckenrode as he takes that little flip from the quarterback, Isaac Weiland, and that's a touchdown pass covering 52 yards. Throws a pass out in the flat to Nealon down the left sideline, 20, 15, 10, and another touchdown for the Cambria Heights Highlanders. Not a lot of white shirts wore it in the way, and he takes it the distance for a touchdown with 1:29 left in the first quarter. It's now 20-0, 33-yard pass play. Around to pass through the hands, deflected and intercepted, and taking it to the house for the Cambria Heights Highlanders. It was Luke Mulraney, his second interception of the season, and this one goes the distance on the deflected pass. And with 38.6 seconds left in the first quarter, wow, it's now 27-0 Highlanders. And they give it to Tribus, and Tribus into the secondary. One player touched him, and he's going to take it the distance, 52 yards for a touchdown. And Cambria Heights just like knife through soft butter right now. It's 34-0. I don't know how else to describe it, Ward. It's just that easy for them. And with 10:55 left in the first half, we're a point away from heading to the mercy rule. 2nd and 9, and coming near side Eckenrode, and he's going to bounce it out and into the end zone for a touchdown, covering 19 yards. And Cambria Heights is in the 40s. It's 41-0 with 5:25 left in the first half. And it was 42-0 at the half. They outgained Homer Center 326-16. They added a touchdown in the third quarter. They possessed the ball all but 4 seconds of the shortened 8-minute quarter. 11-play, 72-yard drive. Harrison Snyder, a youngster, scored on a 1-yard touchdown run to set the final at 49-0 as they outgained Homer Center overall 451-12. Wildcats -9 yards rushing, 21 yards passing. Really, they use so many people statistically, Ward Hilliard, as we can go back, I guess, on camera here. No eye-popping stats. 68 yards rushing for Trey Tribus and a touchdown. 68 yards for Stephen Nealon on 4 carries. He had a touchdown. 70 yards for Marshall Eckenrode. He had a 19-yard touchdown run. But you add it all up with all of the personnel that they shuttled in and out of there. And again, credit to Coach Lewis. 43 rushing attempts, 366 yards rushing. They had 85 yards passing and 451 total. And needless to say, with only 12 yards, there's really nothing to point out on Homer Center's side of the scorecard. Carson Arone was 4 of 15, 3 interceptions tonight for the youngster against a very talented defense that racked up their 4th shutout of the season, and they held another team to negative rushing yardage.
Yeah, Homer just didn't have an answer for them, and great pressure on Carson around. He just never really had a chance to look over the field, so it was see what I want to who I want to throw it to right away and get rid of it, and that's pretty much what led to the interceptions. But he did the best he could do, considering.
30th win for Jared Lewis since they joined the Heritage Conference in 2021. The teams next weekend, Cambria Heights will host Portage on their senior night. Portage was defeating Purchase Line 9-0 last time we checked. Homer Center, it'll be Portage that has will be at Homer Center for senior night. Next week for the Cambria Heights Highlanders, it'll be West Shamokin coming for senior night next weekend here at Cambria Heights Stadium. So senior night for both teams. The Highlanders will then finish up at Penns Manor as they have a brutal schedule down the stretch. Penns Manor does. Yeah. Wildcats will go to Conemaugh Township. So we want to thank our entire crew here, our digital producer, John Smathers, statistician in the booth, Jerry Rossi, Ted Maseko, our cameraman up here on the platform near the press box, and Chris Yonner down on the sideline, our producer back at WCCS's studios, Michael Burdig. Speaking for Ward Hilliard, Mark Burdig reminding you that the final score, Cambria Heights improves to 8-0. They are on a mission to be perfect in this Heritage Conference season. Barring something dramatic, I don't see them getting beat, and the playoffs will be right around the corner. Until we talk to you next Friday night from Memorial Field in Homer City for senior night when the Mustangs come to town. 49-0 Highlanders here tonight for our entire crew from Cambria Heights in Patton, Pennsylvania. Good night, everybody.
You've been listening to an Indiana Regional Medical Center High School Football Sports Night on News Talk AM 1160 and 101.